Markets are unpredictable, volatile, complex, but your trading journey doesn't have to be. Hola Prime TV is now live. Every trading day, join top coaches as they break down real-time setups, key levels, live trades across Forex, futures, and crypto. From Tokyo's early momentum, to London's open surge, to New York's high volatility action. We decode every move live, get sharp analysis, clear strategies, and insights that actually make sense. And yeah, we don't just break down charts, we crack a few smiles too. Only on Hola Prime TV. This is more than content. This is infotainment and beyond.
All right, seems like we're back again. What a way to kick off a Wednesday. But yeah, all sorted now, hopefully. Touch wood, fingers crossed, all those sort of things. Yeah, so I'm not seeing the chat at the moment, but it'll probably pop up in a little while.
YouTube chat?
That is watching. Do you see it?
I
don't see it at all. But anyway.
Yeah, you might have to just click on the YouTube channel and click on the new link or something. Because I see Webb Rashful back. I see Michael G. And
again, guys, we do apologize for the interruption or delay, but we should be good to go now.
Fingers crossed, yeah. We can't really blame it on the earthquake anymore. It's been a couple weeks, right?
It's been way too long for that, yeah. All right, I'm just trying to get my chat back here, but I'm just hearing from the back end if we can still do the news. I'm sure that'll be quite important to go through when we should do it. Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe now will be a good time. Sorry, guys, I'm just bringing back up everything from my side. Should be good to go. Right. There we go. There we go. Some dedicated viewers still in the chat there. Thank you, guys.
That's right.
I love you guys.
We do apologize
for us.
for the delay.
Oh, shall we?
For the technical problems, so they will always occur, guys. We can't say when, but it's just the nature of the beast, I suppose.
Shall we try sharing a chart real quick? Make sure that looks good.
Yeah. Let's do that. Maybe if we can switch to my gold chart, see if that's up and running. Then we'll be good to go.
Okay. Yep.
See what we got on there. Make sure that piece is working.
On the gold. AU. Luvium.
Hey,
there we go. Working perfectly well. Awesome. Thanks, support team. Thanks for the hard work you're putting in the back there. You guys are not going unnoticed. We do appreciate it. So, all right. Maria was mentioning earlier when we started off the session, if I've seen where gold moved into, and it actually moved into right to that area level that she mentioned a couple of days back, which was 3330. That was also the lower end of a median line, as well as this big fair value gap that price pulled back into. The question still is, after this five-wave sequence that we've seen to the upside, is this now just the start of a much deeper correction, or was this it? The thing that makes me a little bit worried here is that you can half decently count five waves down here, whatever this mess was, and then one more, and then maybe now something like this with another five to follow, giving us a larger ABC type of pattern. Or this was a C wave of an ABC expanded flat pattern. If that is the case, then the fourth wave is in with the fifth wave to follow. And I was wrong about that initial count. That's also a possibility. So what to do? Honestly, I'll be interested in taking a stab at gold here for a short if I do think it's time to do so. Price will need to make contact with the center median line, maybe move a little bit higher. You see I've got this line drawn here, which is basically just right at the same angle as my median lines. You can see there was this areas where price basically fell short of the median lines previously. So if I project it to there, you can see we had a bit of support, broke through it, resistance. So I'm interested, long story short, in, let me just get the right tool out. I haven't used this one in ages. That area there. Price can pull into that, maybe start breaking lower, maybe on a smaller time frame, give us, obviously we have a sort of a bullish price structure at the moment. It's high highs, high lows. Let's say price makes it into there and we get a break of structure downwards, right? Then something like that, along the lines of this. Let me just select that. Like a break of structure. Then I'll take a stab at it. If I'm wrong, I will obviously be proven wrong. If price continues higher at that stage, then we'll have to assume that that larger count is potentially, or the previous one was incorrect, and that this was actually a fourth wave low with a fifth wave higher to follow. Technically, this could be a fourth wave low, meaning that the sequence is not done just yet. Because a fourth wave shouldn't pull into the area of where your first wave ended. That's just a hard rule. Also, generally, fourth waves tend to terminate at a 0.382% retracement, measured from the low of the second wave to the high of where you assume the third wave is. In this case, we've got a 50% there. To move a little bit lower, 0.382. So technically, that could have been it, guys. I know, Michael, you were looking at a bounce higher from sort of the same area, right? Or did things actually switch bearish on your side now?
Yep. So I was looking for that in the beginning, but we got that 5,200 cross to the downside for me, so I wouldn't.
Oh, so it did cross. Okay.
Yep.
Right. So it's like a bit of a reset to the upside. It really needs to get going to the upside before you look into it again, right?
Exactly.
Right. Okay,
It's super close though.
So that's what I'm seeing in gold, guys. It's super close, yeah. Okay. I can't actually look at the UK 100 just to quickly show you. What I'm seeing there. I'm seeing nada. It froze like 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. It's a data issue. So from my side, that's it for now. I think I just wanted to quickly get everyone on board what I'm looking at in gold. And I suppose we could do the news, guys. If you're keen for a tiger, are you prepped on your side? Ready to tell us what's going on in the world? Good stuff. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Over to you then, Tiger. To all of you, we'll be back in just a little while and continue the analysis. But for now, let's have Coach Tiger take over there and read us the economic news. Over to you.
Sounds good.
All right, no worries. There's just need a little bit of a moment. I guess we can talk more. We had Bernard asking what's the update on gold. Bernard, we've had this area being reached yesterday that I was waiting for price to reach. It's just a low median line. I suspected support will come in here. You can see prices been sort of bouncing from it. And then also it pulled into a 1 hour fair value gap. This is wide zone over here. So the update for gold is expectation was that we'll see a bounce upwards at some stage. It took a pretty while, but eventually we got to move back upwards. The question now is, was this move downwards part of a incomplete correction, or was that it now? And price is going to continue higher. I then quickly explained that it could technically be, if you look at pattern recognition, or that's not really the right word, corrective patterns in more detail, this could be an expanded flat ABC, because the C waves and expanded flats, we just mark that out, trace out in 5 waves, something like that. So that could be the end of it. I just don't believe it until I see it. Quite often, when an expanded flat ends, you typically get these V-shaped formations out of it. So you get a very fast price action, almost like an immediate reversal, and strong price action back in the opposite direction, or in this case, a continuation of the upward trend. So until I start seeing price actually clear this area that I've marked down there, it's angular resistance zone with my analysis. If price can clear that with some gusto to the upside, then I would start siding with that count. Until then, we might still get a bit more downside, or at least some corrective pullback versus this bounce that we've seen to the upside. Right, I don't know why I made that pink, but yeah, let's make it red again. Pink is not my color. Into that zone over there. Yeah, I know it's James's color if he's still around, but yeah. All right, so that's what I'm looking at gold. Hopefully it answers your question, Bernard. What's your thoughts on gold? Maybe share that with us. Webb Rashville says he's been long in the Euro-US dollar. I hope you guys check it out. Yeah, maybe we can switch to the Euro dollar. It's not really my forte. So
yeah, absolutely.
Show Webb what you've got. What you got.
Okay,
while you do that, I'll also just do a few things on the side here. So can we switch over to Tiger's screen, please?
Yeah, go ahead and move on over there. Yeah, so euro dollar, let's go find that. I do definitely have a little bit of interest on it. Just looking at it from a 30,000 foot view on the fundamentals, million subscribers. So euro dollar is definitely on my bullish list. We've got a score of a 7. Again, anything 5 or higher is a bullish score. It's supporting the bullish narrative for the retail positioning on this, because they are net short. I use it as a contrarian signal to go long. Seasonality as well, trend as well. Manufacturing PMI data is looking good for this pair. The CPI year over year is looking good. The employment change, unemployment rate, and the interest rate, that's all benefiting this pair, supporting this as a bullish setup. So let me just take one quick look. Okay. So yeah, just looking at this thing, I always start off from a higher time frame just to see where we're at, weekly, up, daily. So daily's a little tricky because depending on where you look at the low point here, right? We had a low here. kind of had a low here, I guess you could say. I mean, this was the beginning of a Sunday trading session back in June, right? Um, but yeah, we made another higher low. Then we made a lower low. Okay, so we got a lower low here. We got lower highs. So it's technically, when you're looking at this trend on a daily time frame, it's technically in a little bit of a downtrend. So not the greatest. Since we do have the lower lows, lower highs, but if you're looking at it a little on some smaller time frames, you look at it on a 4-hour time frame, it's an uptrend, right? So for me personally to be getting into this trade, I'd be looking for it on a smaller time frame. Let me look at my daily one more time. Yeah, so basically this low point to this high point, that's kind of the curve I like to look at. So if I just put my little curve tool from here to here to here, the best probabilities is always to buy 3%. So, flipping to the 4-hour, got my uptrend. If I flip to the hour time frame, I don't really have a demand zone unless I go all the way down to the origin, which would be a 30-minute demand zone, clear all the way down here at the bottom, right? So that's just my taste. I mean, 1.1406, right? Basically the 1.14 psychological level. Look at that, though. You got a lot of volume spread analysis coming out of that. Gigantic expanded range candle. If price didn't get down to this area, I'd definitely be taking a look at that. So, in fact, I need to actually set an alert on that. I was observing that last night, but I did not get an alert. So thank you. I'm gonna get me an alert put up there for that, and then we'll be golden. But yeah, I mean, anything else in this area? I mean, you could even break that down further if you like. You can go from this low point to this high point as far as your curve analysis. Again, buying low on the curve, selling high on the curve, right? It's just a higher probability the lower on the curve you buy. So 1 hour, obviously uptrend. Go down to 15-minute. You could probably look again at this area down here. So it really just depends on the time frame you're looking at. But that right there might be a pretty decent demand zone on a lower time frame, 15-minute demand, right? So that would be 1.1607, the 1.16 psychological level. So yeah, that's just a couple of options, whether you're a higher time frame trader like me, or if you're, looking to trade on some smaller time frames, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, that kind of thing. You can even potentially look at this area here if you drop it down to probably a 10 or a 5. And I don't really see anything great here. I mean, you do kind of have the upward sloping VSA volume, so you could potentially look at that. It's just not as clean looking of a zone as this one down here is on a 15 minutes. So hopefully that kind of helps you out. It's about an 8 pip range on that. Not the greatest, but it's a point with a lot of volume, so a lot of interest is going to be there. Hopefully that helps you on that, my friend. We ready for some news?
Thanks, Tiger.
Cool.
We can switch to the news now. Just quickly, yeah.
Something on that after the news break too. We
yeah.
were looking at that yesterday, so I want to show a few things.
Okay, 100%.
Well, good morning, traders. Welcome to another edition of Forex Fire, your go-to source for the latest market moving news and analysis. It is hump day at about 4:30 a.m. Central Time here in Kansas City, in the heart of the United States. So good morning to you all over in Europe. Let's see what we got here. So U.S. inflation and Fed rate cuts, cut bets dominate the sentiment. So the big story yesterday was the U.S. Consumer Price Index, the CPI data for July. And it came in largely as expected, but reinforced some expectations for a Federal Reserve rate cut in September. The headline inflation held steady at 2.7% for the year-over-year number, which was slightly below the forecast of 2.8%. While core CPI, which strips out, of course, the volatile food and energy prices, rose to 3.1% from 2.9% that we had back in June. The data confirmed that inflationary pressures remain contained, giving the Fed room to ease policy next month. And I just looked at the Fed tool actually last night, and it looks like we're actually projected now to have 3 rate cuts, believe it or not, before the end of the year when you're looking at the percentages. So that's something we could take a little bit more deeper look at here in a little bit. But yeah, the market reaction was swift. The U.S. dollar tumbled to a 2-week low as Treasury yields dipped, and odds of a September rate cut surged to 95%. So we're pretty high of a percentage chance now. And that's, of course, according to that CME FedWatch tool I was mentioning. So traders are now pricing in at least 2 cuts by a year in, and that third one is likely as well, just because of the percentages. With Fed officials like Michelle Bowman and Mary Daly hinting at a dovish shift. However, concerns linger about political interference in the Fed's independence after reports surfaced that the Trump administration is considering legal action against Chair Jerome Powell over internal Fed renovations. So a little bit of I don't want to say scandal, but a little bit of drama. Let's just leave it at that, right? If you saw the video where he met him at the Fed, you might know what I'm talking about recently. So anyway, moving on to the euro. The euro rides dollar weakness and is eyeing some key resistance. So the euro capitalized on the dollar slump with the euro US dollar currency pair climbing towards 1.17 level. It is a critical resistance zone, and the pair's rally was fueled not just by Fed expectations, but also by some signs of stability in the eurozone inflation. Germany's final HICP reading confirmed a 1.8% annual rise in prices through the euro's gain, though the euro's gains were tempered by a dismal ZEW economic sentiment survey. I call it the zoo sentiment, which plunged to a 25.1 in August. Still, though, with the European Central Bank likely to hold rates steady for the rest of the year, the euro's momentum could persist if risk appetite holds. And then moving on to commodities, commodities and risk assets are shining a little bit, literally, pun intended. Gold did edge higher for a second straight day, testing the 38.20 dollar an ounce. Yeah, I got that wrong. 3,820. I have to relook at the number. We'll look at it in a minute. As the dollar's retreat and Fed dovishness bolstered the metal. However, its upside was capped by upbeat risk sentiment, which was fueled by the U.S.-China tariff truce extension and hopes for progress in the U.S.-Russia talks to end the Ukraine war. Again, that is Friday when President Trump and President of Russia is going to meet in, I believe it's Anchorage, Alaska. So President Putin. So yeah, silver followed suit, breaking above a key trend line resistance at 38. So it was silver, not gold. I just misspoke on that. They're both shiny, right? Oil prices, meanwhile, dipped slightly with the WTI hovering around the $62.44 per barrel price point. Traders are weighing steady demand against the Fed's easing outlook, which could support energy markets longer term. Moving over to the Asia-Pacific currencies, they are reacting to divergent policies. So the Australian dollar held steady after the RBA's latest rate cut, with wage growth data showing a 3.4% annual rise, which is slightly hotter than expected. Looking at the Aussie dollar, US dollar currency pair, it did find some support near the 0.652 level. But the RBA's cautious tone, as well as China's economic uncertainties, including Beijing's push to avoid US-made AI chips, could limit the rallies. Moving on to the Japanese yen, it did rebound modestly as the US dollar Japanese yen currency pair retreated. Though the Bank of Japan's rate hike timing remains unclear. Japan's wholesale inflation slowed to 2.6% in July, and political uncertainty continues to cloud the outlook. And meanwhile, the Kiwi dollar, so the New Zealand dollar, US dollar currency pair, climbed to the 0.597 level, which was buoyed by the Fed's dovish tilt and the U.S.-China tariff truce extension. Today's watch list, a little bit of central bank chatter. We're going to be looking at the UK GDP preview, and as well, looking ahead, Fed speakers will dominate the headlines today. More of yellow folder news, but news regardless. And that's going to be with Chicago's Austin Goolsbee and Atlanta's Raphael Bostic. set to weigh in on the inflation data. So as always, any hints confirming a September rate cut could extend the dollar slide. So we'll just have to stay tuned to that. Moving over to Europe, the British pound US dollar currency pair is eyeing the 1.35 level as traders pare back Bank of England rate cut bets following strong UK jobs data. Tomorrow's UK Q2 GDP report will be critical for sterling's near-term direction as well. And finally, keep an eye on the US dollar Canada dollar currency pair, which is testing key support at the 1.376 level. Oil's modest pullback and Fed expectations are weighing on the pair, but a break lower could, of course, signal some deeper losses. So just some closing thoughts on that. With the Fed now firmly in the driver's seat, the dollar's weakness is creating opportunities across FX and commodities. However, as always, we've got those geopolitical risks from U.S.-China tensions to the upcoming U.S.-Russia summit in Anchorage, Alaska. They, of course, could quickly shift sentiment. So, as always, especially in recent times, we got to stay nimble, always trade smart, keep those stop losses in there. That's all for today. So, just one last thing, and that's the calendar. And, yeah, the only red folder event we have is 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which, of course, is 9:30 New York time. And that's the employment numbers. Employment change for Australia, previous number 2,000. Forecasted number 25.3 thousand today. And then finally, the unemployment rate, previous number 4.3%. Forecast is for 4.2%. So a little bit of mixed data when you're looking at the currency itself. But you know, if those numbers come true, that'd be pretty good info for Australia's stock index. So that's all I got for now. We will get back into some charts here. So back over to you guys.
All right.
Good stuff, Tiger. One heck of a fast move towards your lounge again.
Every time you do it so well.
Gold. I had the word gold where I should have had silver. I figured it out.
I know.
Like gold ain't no $38
All good.
an ounce. We wish
They're
gold
both
was
shiny
$38
though, right?
an ounce. Yeah, I knew that was silver. Never just put the wrong word in. Those itches today. Funny stuff.
Like you said,
All
they're
right,
both
so,
shiny though.
Yeah. Yeah, well done. We're grateful
Good
for
deal.
giving you a round of applause. Right, guys.
Nice.
Michael, what's up? You have anything to show us there? How did that trade go yesterday? Oh, you pulled it off.
Yeah.
So what am I thinking? President, right? Yeah.
Well, to say the least, we should have a whole lesson on this today. It went that well.
On which one?
Good.
So yesterday we were looking at. So let's start here, since I got the screen here. So gold is interesting. I think I was mentioning that we had this 5,200 cross to the upside over here. We're looking for that W structure. However, I kind of don't like it when it crossed to the downside here. But I also did say it could just be resetting off this 800 EMA, which, to be honest, that's what it looks like it's doing right now.
Yep.
This might be a possible trade in the next 20 minutes. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the fact that it crossed to the downside like the 250 crossed to the downside like this. So I'm not going to take my full position on this. I'll take half of it. And that's really it, because I would prefer had this not happened. Right? Because this could easily do something else. And, then kind of go
So
up.
is this a hard no-no for you to take that trade? Or
Nah,
it's
not a hard
following
no-no,
rules.
but
No sitting.
more than that, it's just not perfect. It's not perfect. And the fact that it's not perfect is why I won't put my full position on it.
So no sitting on your hands, just maybe sitting on one or two fingers.
There you go. You said it perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Right? Because this in 20 minutes, this will close above, as you can see, the 13 EMA. Hopefully, right? So the previous candle obviously is below it, but this next one is looking pretty good for the longs, which will close in the next, again, 19 minutes. So I'll probably take this then. At the same time, we're going to have this close above this 200. So not bad. This actually has everything that it would need, except the fact that I don't like this 5,200 cross to the downside, right? Because typically from there, it would be the move like this, going lower.
Mhm.
And I don't want to get caught up trying to go long when, you know, when I'm sorry. I don't want to get caught up in a move going long when it's actually setting up to go short. So I would just be careful with it.
Well,
Again, I'm not going to put my full
we're
position on
both here,
this.
Michael. Long or short, long or
Yeah.
short. I have no idea.
Right. So not 100%
Generally, yeah,
sold
feeling, but
on,
this is just
right. So yeah, this isn't a hard pass, but it's a half pass, which is why I'm only going to put on part of my position for this move.
gotcha.
Which I'll be honest, I do think this is going to set up because this does still look long to me. Again, it's just that one little thing, right? So we'll see. But yeah, next up was let's go over
Well, for what
this trade
for what it's worth, Michael, gold is showing the strongest on my top setups at a positive 10, plus 10.
I appreciate you even saying that. I appreciate you saying that.
COT
It gives me that much more
report.
confidence.
Yeah, the big banks and institutions increase longs. Yeah, everything. Sentiment looks perfect. Technical looks perfect. And we had 6 positive numbers for that as far as the PMI
Sweet.
data, CPI, employment numbers. So for what that's
Sweet.
worth.
Nice. Nice. That's great information. Right? Like, again, now you got me contemplating. Am I going to put my full position on?
You can pull your cheek off of one or two of those fingers now.
Right. Like, you know what? With that being said, maybe I will. Right? But yeah, everything else is nice, guys. I mean, we got the 5,200
Getting a
cross
nice
here.
push now.
What's that?
We're getting a nice
giving
push
us
now
a nice
to the
push.
upside on it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just as
Right?
you
So we
said
got that 5,200 cross. Right. So we know we're in level 2. We're just looking for that pattern, right? If anything, we kind of getting some, I would say, head and shoulders pattern off this 800 EMA. If anything, looks more like this, right? I can see something like that. We already have the reload, right? The market baseline has crossed below the static over here, so we already have the reload. Right. Let me just copy this since I'm going to be using that all day. So we already got the reload. The last thing we're really missing, to be honest, once again, is this 4-hour close. If we can get this close above this 13 EMA, this would be nice. This would be nice. Wait for a small pullback to the upside. Nice 1 for 1.25. All right, I'll take this on my riskier account, guys. Screw it.
Oh, your weekend account, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm either balling out this weekend or I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, there you
Speaking
go.
of,
It's gonna
I
decide.
I might actually
Speaking of
short gold
balling
if
out.
I do get the setup, but it will a very, very small trade. Not really trying to aim for huge moves. We'll see.
Well,
You say you think about
Oh.
short and gold from here?
off his geometry line there.
Like a scalp type of trade. If I get the setup,
Gotcha. Okay.
you swing trading
Cool,
to the
cool.
upside. If I can scalp us to the downside for a quick one, then I'll try. We'll see.
Sell it down to us. We'll buy it off your hands.
Mhm.
So
I
guys,
still got the crazy. number all the way down at 3,000. But anyway, what's that, Richard?
Yes.
Michael?
Yesterday, I just want to go over Ian really, and I'm going to get to something. This is like the point of my rant today, right? This is going to be really good. Yeah, this is going to be really good. Not on Ian, but on this is going to be really good. I promise. Right? We took this yesterday, 5,200 cross to the upside. I think we made a few bucks off this move, right? We wanted to close it right before the numbers came out, which made sense. That's what we did. As you can see, price never even went towards TP. So we closed this trade around here, right? So made a little bit of money, almost nothing. I think I can do a little something with it, but it was nowhere near where it was supposed to go, right? I think it was like $80 or something. But yeah, once again, following the rules, it was a great choice to close the trade, right? I think, Rich, you closed your trade yesterday too.
Yeah.
Right? So
I did. Right after you closed yours.
Yep. So just following the rules, guys. Once again, like this is awesome. Now, instead of me sitting here and saying, man, I know Ian is going to continue to go higher. This is a solid setup. I know it. I followed my rule. I got out of the trade and I avoided this small loss or maybe even a break even, whatever it would have been. Right. Mm-hmm. And again, you're on to the next one after that. And what happens yesterday, guys? EU happened yesterday. Look at this, Tiger. I know you'll like this.
Oh,
yeah. Very strong magnet.
Yeah, there's my magnet.
Did you take that, Michael? Did you get into that?
Yes. Not only did I take this, guys, I smashed this trade yesterday.
DP.
Absolutely. Yeah. Here we go right here. Let's take a look. TP smack EU yesterday, right? This happened at right.
I get 10% royalties. I get 10% royalties for the use of my magnet.
It sure worked. I'll give you 20 because it worked.
Hey, nice, love it.
Right,
good stuff.
But just remember this, guys. So remember, this was one of the top setups yesterday. We were looking at EU and we were looking at EA, right? And I think I mentioned, like, hey, EU's not going to set up in the session because the 4-hour close didn't come. We wanted to see what it looked like after the numbers. And this is why I really, really, really liked to wait for the 9 o'clock EST candle to close, because from there, like, that's the sweet spot for me in that sense. Like, if there's no major news after that, if that candle can set up, the trade typically goes, right? So let's just kind of point this out. Once again, we have the 5,200 cross to the upside, right? So we know we're in level 2, right? And literally, guys, the numbers came out. I'm going to erase this. It's going to make it a little easier to explain it. I'm going to erase all of this. Right, so the numbers came. Let me take this off too, so you can see this says this was my trailing stop, which never got triggered. That's why I'm taking it off. Like, I put it up here, it never came back. Right, but I'm taking this off here, and I'll take this one off and this one. Right, but guys, this is it. This is everything right here. And when this trade hit yesterday, I was like, man, it was so cool that this set up like this. And again, just following the rules. I got out of the EN trade and I looked for my next trade, right? Right when this candle closed here, right? This trade was good to go, guys. And I did what I always do, which was, let me put this on here really quick. Level 2.
It is everything.
Yeah, this is the whole setup right here, right? 5,200 crosses. You wait for price to touch the 200, which it did here. We had this nice structure. Leg 1 I can tell it's leg one also. That's the charts. On the TDI, you can see that it's outside the band right here, right? It closed below, so it came back down, and then it ran up. If this isn't the half of that structure I draw all the time, I don't know what is. This is the same exact
Yeah,
thing,
it sure is. Mm-hmm.
right? So as soon as this candle closed, it was good to go. I took one of my positions here as soon as it closed, and I had my second position right here around the 50. And guys, as I'm sure you can see this thing pulled right on down a little bit past it, right? But yanked up, really nice. Messed around a little bit. I was in this for 3 hours. 1, 2, and boom, this wick up here took me out at TP. This when TP was smacked.
Lift up. Yeah.
That was
Always good to be in a trade like that. Good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Nice.
Now, I
Nice,
don't swing
nice,
trade,
nice.
obviously. I don't swing trade, obviously, but as you can see, this trade is still continuously going. And this was good enough, guys, that I wasn't able to take this on all of my accounts, but I did take it on half, right? And I normally don't show stuff like this, but I will. But I normally I am bringing up the fact that you want to take this stuff on the copier when you can. This one trade yesterday, right, on all the accounts, 915, 928, 921. So most of these are 100K accounts. I think I got two 25K accounts. This one for 2,700 yesterday this is a 300K account. But guys, this is off one solid setup. One solid setup. This won't even make my week. This will probably make my month. Right?
Nice.
So there's no need to really rush. And this is just half of them. This is the last two of them. So this got taken on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 accounts yesterday on this particular setup. Just one solid setup. EU.
You have to.
One good trade. That's all it takes, right?
You have to hire you an assistant or your wife or somebody to keep track of all your accounts.
So what was the what was your risk reward ratio on that, Michael? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I put it on. So this twice, right? We took two trades. One of them was here, and it goes below the swing, right? And this was targeting this high over here. So the first one was 1.38. And then a second one, as I mentioned, was up to 50. So the second was 2 for 1, 2.11.
Oh, wow. Nice. Good job.
Good stuff.
Good job. So what's next? We're going to nail another one for this week, or are you going to go retire at the pool now?
Yeah, he's going to retire, but
looks like he did.
I think he might have frozen.
Yeah. Cool as ice, Michael.
Yep, he cold. He cold in Mexico. Those two words you don't hear very
cold,
often,
boy.
unless you're in the mountains. Yeah, in Puebla, which is south of Mexico City, a couple hours, you got mountains, and so it's like 80, 85 degrees, but then you go literally up the mountain, takes about half an hour, and then you got snow all over the place. So it's just crazy.
Really?
But yeah, back in, we could always
he
move back
froze.
over to my screen.
That's his normal time for his starting to do his thing. I think he needs to get a discount on that subscription he's on.
It is Wednesday. Yeah, he's going to have to holler at his boy Elon to get that fixed.
Yeah. He's linked to one of the broken ones, satellites.
Well, I saw that they're on discount. They're like normally a $400 gadget. And I saw somehow you can get them for like $40-$50 for those Starlink.
Yeah, they don't even want to allow him here in South Africa, which is weird. They obviously want to make everything about empowerment and all that sort of stuff. And meanwhile, all the people in the bush and the sticks got to suffer. But But Elon is South African. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. We'll till Michael
yeah,
gets
so
back.
we can
I
maybe
can
just
jump on.
switch over to Tiger's screen while we wait for Michael to return.
Is he from like the
By the
city
way,
near
we'll
you?
also have a break in about 5 minutes. Excuse me?
Oh yeah, that's true. Is he from Cape Town or no? I don't know what city he's from.
No, I don't think he was from Cape Town. I think it was more from the northern side of South Africa. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
100% sure where, but yeah.
Yeah.
I swear like this happens
All right.
once.
Well,
I don't even know why that happens. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Michael, we were just talking about that. It's sort of like it happens and it's sort of at the same time. So you might have
I
to
feel
ask
like
Elon
there's
for a discount there.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on. I feel like every day, maybe around the same time, it does that, like some reset or something. It's so crazy. I have no idea why it does that.
yeah.
My other desktop in front of me does the same exact thing. So it has to be the internet,
Yeah.
some type of daily reset or something.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries. I just wanted before break, I just wanted to touch on one quick thing for Web Rashville. Yeah, because I had seen where you were in on a 30-minute time frame. The only thing I was wanting to point out on that, because I know we just got a couple minutes. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you profited, that's all that matters, right? For me personally, when
Right.
I was looking at the euro dollar, the only reason I personally haven't gotten into, and of course Michael, he won, he got a. So basically, the party's on Michael this week. But yeah, you got profit. That's all that matters. The only reason I personally avoided getting into that trade right now of late was just because it did kind of bounce into this daily supply zone, or it was close, I should say, right? It was down in this area. When I take away my drawings, I take away all my indicators, that green candle before that big move down, that was the only thing keeping me hesitant on it, because just looking at that 30-minute, 30-minute time frame, I mean, it's you got a couple demand zones down here, and I'm not saying I don't know if you trade demand or supply or how you trade Web, but yeah, that's the only reason I didn't get in, because typically these higher time frame zones are strong enough that when price bounces in, it just pushes and wipes all the way through all those other zones. So just wanted to touch on that, since I was given some analysis on it earlier. But kudos to the lot of you for profiting on it. That's all that matters, right? So anyway, just for future reference, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Just always be careful with opposing zone and obviously support and resistance. But you made your money, you can laugh all the way to the bank. So that's good.
100%. Is this gold trade about to set up really quick before we leave, guys? I think it is.
Gold?
Yeah, this is about to set up before we
there you go. You gonna set up on your pattern?
Let's quickly jump to your chart and have a look if you want.
Yeah, let's move to Michael real quick. Gold taking off on him. You got about 40 seconds.
Right. Let's see. I think this is about to set up. Oh, let me share my screen. That's my bad. Hang on one sec. All right, cool. So it should. This is about to set up, I believe.
Coming up now.
Let's see.
That's a perfect little boat, little cup. There you go. There you go, Michael.
Okay.
There's the screen.
Sweet. So yeah, this.
You're in business.
Yeah, there we go, right there. So I just want to do something like this. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, see, we're a little short. This is what I don't like. I would have to, instead of targeting this area, I would have to target this area just to make the R to R make sense. I don't want to move my stop. I want it right below this last swing, right here. Right, so that's not bad. We can touch this. Now I always say, don't rush it. Just let it come on in, nice and simple. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at 33.40 as the stop loss area. So let's see. 33.40.
And that's because your hour candle closed. Is that right?
Exactly. Whoa, let me take this off. I do not want to take this on all my accounts. Let me log out of here.
Nah.
uh,
Your
right.
47 accounts.
I'm up for I'm up for the week. I'm definitely not taking on all the accounts. I got to be smooth with it now. Let's see.
Yep.
And then of course I do want to give it a small little pullback, but where we are now is good to go. Right. So we'll do. Let's see. I'm trying to find gold here. My bad, guys. I know we got to take our break. This happens like, what, twice a month?
All good.
Yeah, no worries.
Nice to see a trade going. So let's do it. We'll wait for that first.
I'll just tie it in a knot.
Hang tight, guys. Where the hell is gold? Oh, here it is. Like, where the hell is this thing? All right, cool.
Looking for it on.
Yeah, it takes forever sometimes. Sometimes it moves. All right, I don't want to take forever, right? All right, so we're in at 33.40. That's where we want to put the stop loss here at 33.40. 33.40. And I still will put half on this. I'm gonna put half on this. And if it pulls back, then I'll put the other half on it. All right, so we are in. We are in at 33.66. All right, and then let's put an alert on here just in case it pulls back.
What's that?
And I'll just put second entry.
Looks like Bernard's in gold with you there, Michael. So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Sweet. All right, y'all. I know we got to take our break. We in there, though.
All good.
We in. Hey,
cool, Michael. Good stuff. Fingers crossed. To all our viewers, we'll be back in about 15 minutes. We're just going to take a short break. And please do stay tuned. We got some more prize givers to give away as well afterwards. So do stay tuned. We'll be back very, very shortly.
There you go.
Adios.
Hey, hola amigos, I'm Michael Keller, and I'm one of the trading coaches here at Hola Prime.
But more importantly, I'm just a regular guy who turned trading into freedom, and I'm here to help you do the same. So this is a glimpse into who I am in front of the screens and beyond the charts. See, a strategy will get you in the trade, but mindset keeps you in the game. I started trading back in 2012, and honestly, I lost more than I won in the beginning, but every loss taught me something. It wasn't about having the fanciest indicator. It was about mastering my mindset.
Living in Mexico has taught me to slow down, breathe, and be present.
Trading is what I do, but it's not who I am. I'm a dad, a husband, a traveler, and a student of life. And all of that makes me a sharper trader. When I'm in flow outside the charts, I'm in flow on the charts too. This game doesn't reward speed, it rewards skill. Listen, everyone wants to flip $100 into 10,000. I get it. But be consistent, focus on execution over excitement, risk small and learn fast. And if you ever feel lost, reach out. That's what we're here for.
Well, guys, that's a glimpse into my life, my story, and who I am, not just in front of the screens, but beyond the charts. I hope to see you in the session soon. and let's grow together. One day, one trade, one lesson at a time. Welcome to Hola Prime.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.
Hi there, my name is Richard and I'm one of the coaches from Hola Prime. Join me as I take you behind the scenes on a little tour of what I like to get up to on a daily basis and beyond charts. I started trading 16 years ago, but through persistence and a very high level of dedication, I got to learn 3 invaluable lessons through my career. That trading should be treated as a business. It's really not a gamble. Consistent profitability demands effort, and there's really no shortcuts or any way around. And especially risk management, which isn't, it's part of your survival as a trader. You see, early on I realized that success in trading is only 20% strategy and 80% mindset and emotion. Now, as a coach at Hola Prime, my focus is very simple. Helping traders build systems with an edge, cultivating the discipline and focus needed to execute them consistently. You see, guys, the markets doesn't care about you. It will humble you if you let your pride override rules and reward you when you execute your plan without fear or hesitation. As a trader, I like to get outdoors as much as possible. Really try to strike a balance between trading and also leading a healthy lifestyle. Leading a healthy lifestyle for me could be anything. Hiking, I love swimming as well. Today is not really the weather to go and swim, but I will take the dog out for a walk. I'm really trying to force healthy habits so I can stay focused when I really need to, when I'm behind the charts, and all the stresses that comes with it. As getting outdoors really helps relieve those stress and helps me personally keep focus as much as possible. In my spare time, I like to play deep dives with my trainers. And just as in training, skills and practice is everything. And that's a wrap, guys. Look behind the scene shot where I am, what I do every day, beyond the charts. I hope to see you in the session soon. Take care.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.
My name's Tiger. I'm a coach here at Hola Prime, and I wanted to give you a quick little glimpse into who I am, both inside and outside of trading. So let's check it out. So I've been trading now for going on 11 years, and that first decade of my trading was all about technical analysis. And really over the last few years, though, I've really dug a lot deeper into fundamental analysis and sentiment analysis, seeing how the bigger banks and institutions are trading so I can ride their coattails, so to speak. They're the ones making the money, so I've just kind of looked at trading like Edison and his light bulbs. He's went through thousands and thousands of different prototypes in order to find the one that worked. Look, one of the things about trading that people get wrong is they think it's an overnight get-rich-quick scheme. So, you know, for me personally, all the hard work was done well before I even picked up trading, and it all had to do with reading some good books. So, one of my favorite books right there, The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. Schwartz. And as you can see on there, the chapters, best way to read this book is read chapter 2, 12, and 13, and then turn around and read the whole book. Powerful, let me tell you. And I'm sure you caught that above my bookshelf. One of my biggest things that I love doing is bowling. I'm a very competitive bowler. Bowled a lot of perfect 300 games, so they give me these nice little trophies whenever you bowl a perfect game. Got another one for an 800 series, basically bowling 3 games of 800 or higher in a 3-game series, so it's like a 250 average. Pretty good stuff, but compete in national tournaments, state tournaments. I've won a lot of them, so bowling, that's one of the top hobbies that I have. Outside of that, I love singing. I like to I like to go and belt some tunes, whether it's karaoke or just singing in my car, some carpool karaoke. But other than that, listen, on the weekends, I love nothing more than just to hang with my girlfriend. She's an awesome, incredible woman, and she kind of balances me out because she sees how hard I focus on trading. So it's just a very good reset at the end of the long, hard week of trading to just get away, just step away from it all, go enjoy each other's time, and prepare for the next week. So that's a bit about me. Yeah, just let us know how we can help. Just remember, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. Okay. The basics of trading are quite simple to learn. It's just all the nuances that take a while to really master. So just keep that in mind. Don't overwhelm yourself. We'll take your hand. We'll lead you to where you want to go. Like I say, just one step at a time. So with that, have a wonderful day. Look forward to seeing you in a session soon.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.
Hi, I'm James. I'm one of your coaches at Hola Prime. I've been trading for about 30 years. Can you believe it? Seems like an awfully long time. But in that time, I've learned a lot about trading the financial markets. And I've learned the best way to trade the markets. By dawn, I chase waves, chase stocks, and sometimes chase my own sanity. Trading, like surfing, is all about timing. Wait too long and you miss the move, and jump in too early and you just wipe out. If you're a new trader and you're struggling with your trading, I think you've come to the right place. I'm really looking forward to meeting you and helping you with your trading. I'm approaching a stop street now, and I'm going to have to stop. Emergency brake if there's traffic coming. And that's one of the things you've got to learn in trading, as well as how to keep safe. And it's one of the main things that I teach in my trading philosophy is risk management, which is not taught very often. Trading is a bit like driving a car, really. You've got to have a license, and in trading terms, having a license is like learning how to trade. And once you've learned how to drive and got the license, learned how to trade, you've got to get good at it. And my philosophy is to teach traders how to trade properly using the tools and techniques that they should be using. My specialty is swing trading, and it's a bit like riding the waves. I've been a surfer for a very long time, and swing trading is not much different. You've got to find the sets and catch the right wave and get out of the wave when it's time. A lot of people ask me, how did I get to where I am today? How did I learn how to trade? And how can they get to where I am themselves? I think the best answer to that is to get educated, learn how to trade. And there are all sorts of resources out there for you, including fantastic resources here at Hola Prime.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.
Hi, I'm Paul, one of the coaches at Hola Prime, and this is a little insight into who I am beyond the charts. I started trading 5 years ago. I made some money, sure, but I also made mistakes, a lot of them. As I progressed though, I realized it's less a game of chasing green and more a game of enacting discipline. As a coach, I try to help traders focus on the process, how they structure their approach, not just on the charts, but in their heads. Everyone wants to 10x their money overnight, right? But real growth, it comes from small, smart, and consistent moves repeated over time. Trading is a journey, so patience is always required, but I am here to help you grow, so don't be afraid to get help. Improving your success rate is what we do.
But after a day of trading or an afternoon of coaching, getting away from the ever-evolving price action of chart setups is a must, as the outdoors can reset your mind, whether it's taking my dog for a walk for 30 minutes or gently strolling on the beach after a winning trade. I never allow myself to get lost in the charts. Stepping back gives me perspective, and perspective is what makes me a good trader. I'm always looking for that balance in everything I do. And if you can achieve the same, you'll soon discover it unlocks so many doors.
So that's my deal. What's yours? Hopefully we'll see you for a coaching session soon where we can level up your skills one profitable trade at a time. I'm going to place a trade.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.
I'm Sam, one of the coaches here at Hola Prime. And in this video, I'm going to give you a short glimpse into my life beyond the charts. Outside of the charts, I love to cook. Anything with fresh local ingredients has a thumbs up for me. And when the weather's good, I like to go out, have a quick jog, keep myself healthy. I started trading almost 15 years ago, and believe me when I say, it wasn't an easy journey. There was a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs at the beginning, and it took me, I would say, almost 10 years before I could actually call myself a trader. Personally, I like to travel. I like to go to different places, see different cultures, meet new people. I also like a good spa day, you know, just sit there by a pool, relax, get a massage. You know, you can see from the screens behind me, it's just a lot of stress, a lot of digits, a lot of moving, a lot of fast moving markets. You can't spend your whole day in front of a screen. You will burn out, and sadly, you probably won't be as successful as if you just relaxed a bit more.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.
Right.
Welcome back, everyone. Managed to grab something. Granola bar,
Had
cup
me
of coffee.
Animal crackers this time.
Oh,
What?
so
A bag of
Animal crackers.
Yeah, big bag of animal crackers. I used to get these all the time.
I see.
When I was younger.
I thought you don't have any
We
food
sit
at
there
home.
playing video games and
Eating the
eating
cat's
animal
crackers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I haven't seen one of those in so long, Tiger.
Yeah. Oh, do they not have them in Mexico?
I think
In
we
Mexico,
got
they
our
don't?
own version, maybe our own
Yeah.
version of it. I haven't seen that in a long time. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about, though. I've seen those countless times. I forgot they exist.
Well, I used to get them every single week when I was younger, but then I guess I got burnt out on them because I went probably a decade without getting them, and then I finally realized, oh yeah, those are still at Walmart. I'm gonna go pick one up.
Right.
It's like mac and cheese; you never outgrow it.
Right.
No, definitely not.
Never.
Still one of my favorites.
Yep,
For sure.
especially when you add in like barbecue chicken. I mean, buffalo chicken breast, some grilled mushrooms, some jalapenos, and into the mac and cheese.
Mhm.
Oh, it's the best. They serve it at a lot of restaurants here, and it's just the one thing on the menu I'll get just about every time it's on the menu.
Yeah. In Atlanta, there's this spot. It's called Poor Calvin's. Man, they make, I swear, it's lobster mac and cheese. It has like bacon bites in it.
Woo!
Oh my
Woo!
god.
Mm-hmm.
The
I
best
was
mac
gonna
and
say,
cheese.
I
Heck
do
is
like
yeah.
the lobster and the mac and cheese.
Yeah, lobster mac
Is
and
that
cheese.
right,
But
Chad?
we got that here. When we
Yeah.
go
Is
to
that right, Chad?
actually
You
one of the
can't have-
places in
can't have
the video, the Know Your Coach video, it's called La Sarina. It's here.
Mhm.
They got the rooftop. And that's normally what I get. I'm like, yeah, let me get the mac and cheese, add some chicken, some grilled chicken, add some lobster in there. Man, oh man, it was delicious.
That sounds even
Absolutely
better.
delicious.
You gotta watch your midriff there, Michael.
Right. Right. It'll do it to you.
Yeah.
Man, he
So
go
really
do it
watch
to you
out.
for sure.
That is true.
Just kidding.
That's true. Did you, Michael? Did you
Right,
have any other charts to show immediately, or?
Immediately, no. Actually, no. I was really just looking at that gold. Oh, where is this gold at? So it's slightly up. Okay, so it looked like it
Yeah,
might
it's
not
still
pull back.
moving. Still moving.
Yeah, if we get this pullback, my alert should go off.
Mm.
Then I'll probably add that second position. To be totally honest, I probably will.
Okay.
But yeah, just keep in mind, I just do want to say this. I love it, except for this right here. Just I'll even put it on the chart.
Disclaimer.
My only if. If this doesn't go, I wouldn't be surprised. That's technically not how it's supposed to go. Right? Like
Well,
I don't want to
you
really
be in
see
it to win
this.
it, right?
Yeah. But I don't want to see that go to the downside like that. But at the same time, this is gold. It's a little bit different. Everything else is perfect, though. Like, everything else about this setup is really, really nice. Even if you look at the market baseline on the TDI, right, you can see that this is curved down. Right, this thing is definitely curving back up. It wants to continue this uptrend and going up. So that's good enough. I'll take her home.
I'm telling the wife.
Stuff. Yeah, we blackmail you,
right? No. She sleeps. She doesn't watch the streams. Don't do it.
Okay.
Your secret's safe with us. No, everyone watching.
Oh, sweet, guys. So the only other one I was looking at was EA. Obviously, I'll go through everything here in a bit, but yeah, this was the only one that was kind of close. I would say was EA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looked like we got some type of. This looks a little funny, to be honest, but I do still see something here. I just want it to close nicely. All right, we got this 5,200 cross here. Yes, this touched the 200. But
Michael,
once
are you
again,
showing
once this happened,
the EA chart? I'm still seeing your gold chart there.
Yeah, actually, no, I don't know why it's not coming up. Let me reshare it, maybe. Let me see. Let me reshare this. What about now?
It's like I said, today should have been Monday, not Wednesday.
We got a lot.
These
Okay, there we
things
go.
normally happen on Mondays.
Yeah, that's weird. Weird. I stopped it and reshared it. But cool. Okay, so we got this 5,200 here, right? So we know we're in level 2. And then, although we do have this price touching the 200 here, remember I always say, yes, on the chart, but when I look down at the TDI, I can see that the market baseline, the yellow one, is still above this static. So this is not it. This isn't the hit, right? It actually doesn't come around until here. So now I'm looking at this level. So it looked like we got like a small left shoulder, head, and right shoulder here for the long side, right? It's not set up yet, but it's really close. I don't even know if this was set up in this session. Let's look. Nope, it won't. Actually, it might. I'm sorry, it might, because we already above the 13 on the 4-hour chart. Right. So next, I will actually be looking to see price actually close above this area. So let's put a little alert here. Let's put this around here. I like this area right here. Let's just do.
Jeez,
I'm going to do
nice
head.
Price action on the left side.
Yeah, it does. That's what I said. I'm not a huge fan of it, but there is something here. It is. I don't like too many hits to this 200.
Need those indicators to see the tiger in the jungle. Remember yesterday?
Right.
Your night vision goggles.
You said it. So absolutely. But yeah, this is the only one that's kind of close, right? And again, I might not even take this today. It kind of depends. We'll see how this gold trade plays out. But yeah, if I get an alert on this, maybe I'll kind of see. Not the cleanest. I think I'm much more into gold at this point, just to kind of see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Tiger, if you want to grab it and kind of show some stuff, then I can get into my my deep dive when you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Tiger, you want to grab the floor, but before you do, I just want to remind our viewers that we will again be giving away a 10K Forex Challenge account a little bit later on. I'm just waiting for word exactly when that will happen. So if you have not won one of those accounts yet, today might be your lucky day, but it's really, really important that you follow a few steps to be eligible for this account. So Yeah, sorry, we just got a word on the back end there. Again, we'll be giving away a 10K Forex Challenge account. But please make sure if you want to participate that you subscribe to both Hola Prime TV and Hola Prime Global YouTube accounts, right? Comment on this live session like you've already been doing. And please, guys, make sure that your email is linked to your YouTube bio so we can actually get hold of you with those account details to get you set up with that account. Again, winners will be selected live a little bit later on, and we'll definitely let you know when we're going to do that. We were slightly delayed in the beginning of our show today, so it definitely is still happening if you were wondering. So good luck if you've not been a winner before, but please do go and follow those steps if you want to be in line for today's prize. Cool.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we could go ahead and share my charts real quick. One of the first things I was going to go over was economic calendars. I think I alluded to it first thing this morning. But, for me personally, I don't know about everybody else, but I kind of grew up on trading as far as economic calendars, just using Forex Factory. Okay, forexfactory.com. It's a really, really good site. However, sometimes, depending on the calendar you look at, there might be some things missing, or maybe some things identified as a medium impact that maybe should be identified as a high impact, right? So I've got 3 examples here. So this one up top is the Forex Factory calendar, and we're specifically looking at the CPI info from yesterday. But this is Forex Factory. The one in the middle is the FX Street calendar. And then this one down beneath is another pretty good one I found at one time called Rebate King FX. RebateKingFX.com. Now, this is just strictly for calendars, right?
Gotcha.
But one thing that I did notice yesterday, and I've seen this a handful of times, but when you're looking at like the CPI, right? If you were just looking at Forex Factory, then you'll see that 2 of these reports, the core CPI month over month, and then the regular CPI month over month, well, they nailed their expectations. So that was good. Good job, economists, right? I know I pick on them every now and then, but they actually got that nailed correctly. And then we did have a soft number, or not, I should say.
While you do that really quick, guys, I'll be right back while you do that, Tiger.
Oh, okay. But when we're talking about the regular year-over-year CPI, it did come in a 0.1% less at 2.7%. So, you look at that and you think, oh, well, that's a little bit negative for the currency itself. Now, that's good for the stock market because it helps us in our day-to-day purchases, right? It makes things a little cheaper. So, but for those of you that probably saw just the Forex Factory calendar, you probably see that and you think, oh, okay, well, that's negative for the dollar. So when we're looking at gold, whether you're looking at XAU USD or maybe at gold futures, you would think that would have spiked it up, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's more to the story. There's more to the story. Yeah, that's what one would think. And what happened to gold? It did kind of, if you look at it on a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute chart, it did kind of spike up a little bit. And we'll just go to that real quick. Let's Tuesday. Yeah, so right in here, right? I mean, this is basically when that report was released. So just kind of went up and down, but it basically went sideways for the rest of the day, the rest of the Asian session as well. And then we're kind of seeing a little bit of, spike up as we speak, right? I know a few of you are in that trade. So, but why didn't it just keep going after that report came out, right? You look at that on a 4-hour time frame, and that's all you got. You just got a fake candle. And on the daily time frame, you don't even see it, right? Well, the reason is because going back to my calendar, of course, I forgot which asset I just had it on. Okay, there we go. So going back to my calendar, okay. Well, that's because it was missing a number. So if you look here on the FX street, and if you look down here on the rebate FX King, well, it's added in the year-over-year core CPI, right? So it was a 3% projection, but they actually had a warm number for the currency. So you had one negative, you had one positive, so that just kind of balanced each other out, at least when you're looking at the chart of gold. So all I'm saying is it's a good idea to kind of keep an eye on a few different calendars just in case something is missing, because I have seen that more times than should happen. And then again, not only that, but sometimes you'll get a red folder event showing as a medium impact, or medium impact showing as a red folder. So that's all I wanted to point out. Yeah, because if you're just looking, and you should obviously be careful around news time anyway. You don't want to just go out buying and selling stuff just immediately upon seeing these releases. So, it's just a good idea to kind of compare and contrast. Just make sure these calendars are consistent with each other, right? And just to make sure you're getting the whole picture. In this case, the year-over-year number, which was released as well. So there's the 3.1% year-over-year number. And then here's the 3.1% down here on the rebate FX King site. But yet it's not on Forex Factory. And I even looked down to the yellow folder. Wasn't there at all. So
that's a good
all
point. I love it.
Yeah, I just wanted to plant the seed of thought in everybody. It's just always good to, just look at a couple different sources in everything that you do, right? Don't just rely on one single source. So that was all on that. Hope that helps everybody. What's that?
Well spotted.
I say, yeah, just have one girlfriend.
That's right. That's right. So
I'm joking, guys.
Yeah.
So since yesterday, I only had one alert that hit, and that was the Canada dollar Japanese yen pair. It very briefly, guys, showed up on my bullish setups as a top setup at a score of a 5. But then, it wasn't on there very long at all. And I had looked at that on a 15-minute time frame as far as this demand zone back here. So kind of like what I pointed out on the quiet market session last night, right? You guys know I start from the higher time frames. They're just the higher probabilities. But I kind of dip down into the smaller time frames, and I'm trying to make sure I add in the curve analysis a little more. I know you guys remember I always kind of, as a joke, but a serious joke, throw up the Hungarian flag, but it's just easy. It's just a lot easier for me to use the trend-based fib extension. So by finding this demand zone right here on a 15-minute time frame, I would of course go up anywhere from 4 to 5 time frames, all right, to find the trend. So in this case, it would just be simply the hour. So uptrend in the hour, but also where's price on the related to the curve. So the curve, as always, we go from the swing low to the swing high. Well, we were low on the curve, and that's why that 15-minute demand zone is within that bottom 33%. Okay, so this was a good spot. Now, when price ended up hitting this demand zone yesterday, there was just no volume. And plus, I was asleep. I don't get it. I've missed a lot of these lately because of the new hours I'm asleep. So anyway, it bounced in, then it came back around, and it actually went up. So even though there wasn't really volume there, and I would have probably avoided it just because it doesn't meet my rules, right? But even so, I mean, you're still looking at about a 7-8 pip range by the time you add in your stop loss, even if you went 9 pips, right? 9 pips, it went up to 29, so 92.27. So that was still a 3-to-1 trade, right? Would have been a nice 3-to-1 profit, but anyway, that was the only alert that I had hit yesterday, and would be 3-to-1 profit. So what is on my list for the day? Well, let me just get rid of my neutral items real quick here. I think pretty much the only things that have changed since yesterday's stream was the fact that we did add the DAX back on the bullish list, bullish score of a 6, the DAX in Germany. And Bitcoin is back on, fellas. Bitcoin is on with a score of a 5.
Okay.
So we got
last time you said that was the first time you made it on your list in the meeting. So it's on there 2 times pretty quickly.
Well, that day it was only on for like I think a day or so. That was it. So
yeah.
But this one's been on since yesterday, pretty much after that CPI number was released. So yeah, I've added Bitcoin to my list. I've added DAX. Gold strengthened. It's now the most. It's now a very bullish score. It's the most bullish one I have at a score of 10. As always, 5 or higher is bullish. -5 or lower is bearish. Right. So yeah, gold is doubled up the bullishness. Right. There's really only 3 things going against the gold bullish narrative, and that's GDP, retail sales, and then the producer price index. But other than that, everything else except for unemployment rate is blue, meaning bullish, meaning exceeded expectations for gold. Unemployment rate has given me a score of a 0, so that neutral, just cancels it out. So yeah, 3 red, 3 negative events, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bullish. So yeah, easily the most bullish asset that I'm tracking right now. But on the bearish side, we did have a drop off of all those British pound pairs that I was showing. Let me see, what all did we lose here? Yeah, so we lost like the pound Swiss fell off, the FTSE fell off to neutral again, the Aussie Jap, that all fell off. The only thing that was added was U.S. oil, Michael's problem stepchild, right?
Right.
So it's now on there as a -5.
Mine too.
Making the cut. Yours too, yeah. I was talking with Coach Paul about that last night on the Quiet Market stream. We were having a little fun with it. So, but yeah, U.S. oil, and it's just, you know what? The more I think about it, and the more I look at the chart of gold, yeah, the more I agree with you guys. It's just a pain in the damn ass.
Up right. Yeah. It never sets up right. It could be close. It's always missing 2 or 3 things. It's the weirdest pair that I have. Like Richard said, I might want to just get rid of it. Like, seriously, it's getting out of hand.
I just want to give it a hiding one day and then get rid of it.
Yeah.
And don't we have
it's like that oil that you really want to get rid of, but you know you can't. It's not the right thing to do just yet until they really screw up.
Yeah. So yeah, we have crude oil inventories at 9:30 Central today, 10:30 New York time. So yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what happens at that time, because the only thing I saw halfway decent. Of course, I got to update this curve now, but yeah, looking at this thing on what was I looking at? Was it a 4-hour? I need to actually update this. Okay, so 4-hour. I was looking at it on a smaller time frame, I believe. So 4-hour curve, 1-hour downtrend, 15-minute supply zone. And I kind of have one in this area up here in the top 33%. Not the greatest looking because the exit candle didn't really go that far. I'm probably going to ignore that. But yeah, oh, that's right. I was looking at it on a 5-minute. Okay. Yeah, so 5 minutes. All right. So we got a little bit of a supply candle there. Just not a whole lot of volume coming out of it. I mean, but the same was true for CAD Jap yesterday. Didn't have any volume, but the zone still worked. So, when it comes to some of these smaller time frames, it's a little less worry about the economic calendar and just a little more focus on the time frame. But we do have this 5-hour zone right here. Now this just barely makes the cut because it's literally riding the top 33% line. Right. So might be taking a look at that as well. I'm just going to set an alert on it. It's not a very big range. It's only about a 10-cent range. But it's an alert nevertheless. So I'll probably go down this rabbit hole kind of like you do, Michael, for a little while and look at setups and then probably get sick of it after a while. But yeah, we'll see. Because again, for me, I've only really been tracking oil for about the last handful of months, maybe 5-6 months. So this is kind of the early part of my early studies on oil. So that's essentially what I'm going to be looking at. So 5 minutes, be looking at the trend on a 30-minute, which is obviously a downtrend, and then the curve on a 4-hour. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at oil right now. Back to my list, I got the dollar Japanese yen is my only other bearish pair right now, but I don't really have a setup on it because it did have this, obviously the NFP spike, and it's just too far away from any of these zones. No matter what time frame I look at it, like here's my weekly. Let me see here. No, I'm sorry. I need to look at 4-hour. Actually, I just need to delete it and start over. But yeah, so obviously I'd be looking to sell this if anything. Well, if I look at a 4-hour chart, I got my curve like this. So sell at the top 33% of that area. Down to the 1-hour, downtrend. Down to the 15-minute. Yeah, I just don't really have a zone there. Yeah, this is what I was kind of looking at over the last day or so. Yeah, no matter what lower time frame I go to, I just don't have anything that looks that good. Yeah, I mean, you just got a bunch of it's lazy coming out of this area. So that doesn't even qualify for a supply for me. So, yeah, basically no trade on the dollar Japanese yen, even though it's technically the most bearish pair I have at a -7. For that particular way of trading I just don't have a play on it. Not until we get up in this area somewhere. And at that point, by the time it gets up there on the smaller time frames, well, it'll be a reverse trend, right? So it'll kind of be a counter trend trade. But with this being such an extreme top up here, I mean, you're going to have a lot of eyes up here once you get up there to the 150 half level. So I would be a little more interested in taking a short clear up here, just with a little less risk, because by the time price moseys up there, well, we're in an uptrend, right? So it'd be counter trend. So we'll keep an eye on that, but yeah, just no immediate trade on that. What's that?
No, we just had a comment here from Web Rashford saying that he's been ignoring fundamental analysis, but you guys are really showing me how vital it is. I was just looking at the CPI and NFP numbers and any other news I can prioritize. Sorry, is there any other news I can prioritize? Yeah, so you'll be in a position to answer that, Tiger. And maybe also have a look at the pound Swiss franc. Did we look at that already?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is
I don't want to cut anybody off, but I do want to say really quick that Webb, I'll be totally honest, Tiger is awesome at the fundamental analysis. Take heed to what he's saying, pay attention to it, screenshot it, all that good stuff. Like, this guy is top notch when it comes to fundamentals. Like, I definitely want to give him his flowers.
Yep.
He's awesome at this aspect of it. So great question.
I have to agree. I just look at those numbers you're looking at, Webb, and pretty much ignore the rest. To be honest.
Yeah. Take a screenshot of that right there, Webb. I mean, that's the basics right there. Red folder events. I mean, orange folder events. Now, this is just the kind of the table I took from Forex Factory. I don't really look a whole lot at the yellow folder events. They're the low impact. The orange is the medium impact. They can help move markets sometimes. The only reason I'll ever look at a yellow, and obviously the red folder events usually always make it spike like an earthquake telemetry machine, right? Up, down, or straight up or straight down. But sometimes I'll look at the yellow folder events. Like, I kind of throw those in my news pieces in the mornings. If you get 3, 4, 5 yellow events for the same currency in one direction, oftentimes that can act maybe like, obviously like a medium impact, but maybe even some of the higher impact. So, but the only thing that really truly matters is those high impact events, and then sometimes some of these medium impact. But this is it right here. Event types. You just want to go look at your growth, your inflation, your employment, obviously the central bank rates. What are bonds doing? Anytime you're looking at the housing market, business surveys like your PMIs, that kind of stuff, the Purchasing Managers Index, that stuff has a huge effect on it. And obviously the consumer surveys like the University of Michigan survey, or like I spoke on the news earlier, the ZEW survey, ZEW.
And you look at COT as well, Tiger.
Yeah. And this is just the fundamental reports right here. So then I'll look at obviously the commitment of traders report to see what the big banks and institutions are doing. Are they increasing longs, or are they increasing shorts on a currency, or whatever, Bitcoin, gold, silver, the indices, what I trade. But I always want to emphasize that you don't have to turn into an economist to follow this. It's just,
Right.
You look at everything as a collective whole. Let's just say, 3/4 of these reports within the last month and a half, if they have exceeded expectations for a currency, well, that gives it a boost. That gives it a bullish boost. The same is true in reverse for if we got a whole bunch of them collectively missing expectations, right? That's just basically showing the economic impact of the underlying asset. So, but you've got obviously Forex factories are really.
You say all of that, Tiger, because like literally, and this is a great point. I only look at the first and the last, the high impact and the bank holidays, the gray one that's not filled in. I don't even look at the other two. I just want to know red impact news, and I want to know basically the two extremes. Something that's going to really move the market for these pairs, something that's not going to move the market because it's a bank holiday for these pairs. That's all I look into. I'm not a big fundamentals person, which I think is another reason why I like your approach so much. It's because you're like, you're so into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a great example right now is, let's just use gold as an example, since that's what everybody's buying today, right?
Right.
So I'm just going to show an example of this on the chart of what I'm thinking. So like for me personally on gold, I'm waiting on this 3,300 level. Okay. So, obviously gold forever has been in an uptrend, except for, every now and then it'll kind of get stuck sideways for, a couple weeks, few weeks, whatever. And that's what we've had since end of April, right? It's just been sideways. So something to keep in mind is this: when, for the gold, again, I'm getting a positive 10 score. So I just kind of went through the list of everything a little bit ago. Let's just do this. This will make it a lot easier. Right. So here's gold. I just copied and pasted it straight from my source. So let me just zoom in a little bit. But so touchy sometimes. Come on, stay right there. Okay. So again, you get a point positive if it beat expectations. You get a point negative if it missed expectations. So using gold as just an example, if we have a good report, if we have a good report come out for the U.S. dollar, okay, U.S. dollar and gold, they're typically a little more inverse of a relationship, right? If something's good for dollar, it makes gold go down, and vice versa. If we got a negative report for the dollar, gold goes up. So something that I like to look at is, if I've got a very bullish bias on this, let's just say I had a good number come out for the US dollar. Well, that should make gold drop, right? Well, I love when that happens. It's just one report. We get one good report for the dollar, it should make gold go down. Well, I use that to my benefit because price will drop right into my demand zone. And that's where I take the other side of it, because that score might drop to a 9, but that's still very bullish for the underlying asset.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can use negative reports to your favor because everybody's going to be selling, and then you just wait underneath to buy to take the other side of it. What's that? I heard music.
Who's playing music?
I don't know where that came from.
Me neither, but I heard it.
Yeah, I thought we
Me
were
neither.
over there for a second.
What's going on?
I don't know. I don't think it was me. So anyway, I hope that helps.
Tiger, we got CR. What is it? CRAZZ.
Kraz.
Yeah.
Kraz got a free account. Yeah, we gave Kraz a free account last night on Quiet Markets. Congrats again on that,
nice.
Kraz.
Congrats. By the way, guys, on that note, we will be giving away the 10K Forex Challenge account in about 8 minutes' time. So I believe we have found someone. We're just sorting out a few things in the back here, and then I'll be announcing that winner. So please do stay tuned. In about 8 minutes' time, we'll be giving away the 10K Forex Challenge account for today's morning session.
Heck yeah! But yeah, just to wrap a bow on that though, Webb. If you just simply go to YouTube, you can just simply type in Forex economic reports, and that list I just pasted. You'll be able to find where there's some people that just like spend 2 to 3 minutes for all those reports, just giving you the basic understanding of it.
Yeah.
All right. And it kind of lists how those reports affect whatever your underlying asset is. So that's just a little pro tip.
Yes, sir. That's hilarious.
All right. So looking at silver, obviously the brother of gold, it's well, I got a couple options on this one as well. Do have this demand down here on a 1 hour time frame that I'm looking at for silver. Got another one here, but this one is more, let me see here, 4 hour. Yeah, so uptrend there, daily. Yeah, there's really a couple options here. It just depends on how you look at your curve analysis. I mean, if you're looking at a daily, you can really look at this curve analysis a couple different ways. This is where the subjectivity of it comes in, right? If I'm looking at swing lows and swing highs on this, well, I could be looking at this swing low to this swing high, just like that. Or maybe you decide to shrink it to this, the last couple daily candles, right? So this is kind of where you have to play around with it, with curve analysis. So by doing it both from this low to this high and this low to this high, well, that helped me come up with a couple different zones. So yeah, as always, the lower time frame you go, I don't want to say the less probable it is, but it's easier, it's better. It sounds better when I say the higher the time frame, the more probable those zones are to work out. So anyway, got this zone down here at 37.73 level. Got another one in this area. Again, lower on the curve. The lower, the better.
Let me tell you what this is. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Yeah. But yeah,
no worries.
Trading in the red, you're more diddling in the middle. And obviously, if you're trading at the top part of it, you're buying those crab legs at an expensive price. So just keep in mind, if you're going to go buying crab legs,
I'm still going to come and visit you for some crab legs. You talk about it so a lot, Tiger, that my mouth's salivating here. I do like my seafood.
Well, you did that to me with the chicken and lobster mac and cheese earlier. I'm taking my lovely woman, and we're going to go.
Michael. Yeah.
Oh, was that Michael? Oh, okay.
I didn't say anything about women or whatever. I'm not going to be the one that's going to get into trouble.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking mine out to a nice restaurant this weekend and find some mac and cheese because That's got me ready.
Oof. Oof. Take pics and send them over.
Oh, for sure. Looks like we're going to do an LOL session too. It just looks like back end just let us know. So yeah, just let us know.
We're gonna awesome.
That's great. That's great.
So
Well, in
we'll
that
be
case,
giving
I'll
away
just
that 10K challenge account in 4 minutes time, and then we've just got word we'll do a laugh out loud session as well. If you don't know what that is, it's just a fun little segment that we work into these shows of ours. Really cool to participate. It is interactive. Works on a little bit of a voting system. Light-hearted fun. Just step away a little bit from the chance and so forth. So please do stay tuned for that as well.
Awesome.
Sorry, Tiger.
Yeah, NASDAQ got a swing low down here, swing high up here. I am looking at this 4-hour demand zone. Oh, you're good. Looking at this 4-hour demand zone, that's if I threw my curve analysis up, this would be in the bottom 33%. If you're looking for a little bit closer, look at the 4-hour time frame. You got this swing low, this swing high. You could look at that as a 1 hour, obviously uptrend, and then you could go to a 15-minute time frame, 15, 10, or 5. I really kind of bounce back and forth between them, but here's that swing low, swing high. I'm interested in this area because of look at all that volume spike. Well, I don't really have a great looking candle, demand zone candle on a 15. You could probably look at this last red candle down before the spike up, or maybe even this 5-minute. Yeah, probably the 10-minute probably looks a little bit better. It would have been nice if it would have had a little bit better of oh my gosh, fair value gap. I was blanking on the word there for a second.
Find those words, find them.
Fair value gap. But yeah, I think I'll keep an eye on that area. It's a pretty nice wide range, on relative to the time frame that we're looking at this on. So going to keep an eye on that. I'm going to put me an alert in there. As always, ladies and gents, whenever I have price hit a zone, I want to see a demand zone, I want to see a bullish engulfing candle or a candle with a spike or with a wick on the bottom and volume that is abnormally large relative to the most recent candles. So, because that shows me there's strength, like Richard said earlier, there's gusto and there's power. So that's the NASI and then S&P. These are both, by the way, giving me a score of an 8 on my fundamentals. What time? Okay, so, but yeah, S&P is going to look very similar, very similar. I basically have that same demand zone on a 4-hour and the same thing on a 15. So, on the smaller time frame. So really there's a couple of options. I personally like to take stabs at these smaller time frames with a little less risk because I'm more interested in the higher time frame move that is just higher probability. And obviously I'd put my full risk down here. So that's S&P. Okay. I've already went over euro dollar. I've went over silver. Euro Aussie dollar. That one's giving me a 6. Got this zone down here on a 2-hour, I believe it was. We've kind of got a sideways trend going, though, looking at it on a daily time frame. So I'm not really feeling that zone as much now. So I'm probably just going to ignore it. Yeah, I'm going to ignore it. Plus, it's in the middle of this swing low, this swing high, right? If we look at the curve analysis, got this demand zone on a weekly time frame. So it's always the origin of that to the most recent swing high. Yeah. So that's definitely a no-go for me. I'd be breaking all kind of rules if I try buying this demand zone. All kind. I ain't trying to break rules and put myself in trading jail. So I'm just going to delete that. Get rid of that alert. I don't need it anymore. I put it on initially when price was doing something a little different, but yeah, I don't like it. Puke. Ugh. Pound Aussie dollar. That's another one on my list. Bullish score of a 5. It's another one that's just been kind of going sideways. Yeah, I'm going to ignore that. We got just kind of sideways / relative downtrend, right? If we're looking at it on a daily time frame. But let's take a look at a smaller time frame, see what we got. So on a 4-hour time frame, we do have this swing low, this swing high. What's the trend look like on a 1 hour? Well, it looks like it might be kind of going downwards a little too. But if we can get a move and close above this high point here and then come down, then we might be interested in taking that demand zone there. Right there. Because on the 15-minute here, we got a 15-minute demand zone. Now, this demand zone was created from Australia's, what was that report they had come out just the other day?
The rate, wasn't it?
Cash rate statement, right? Yeah. So their statement, their cash rate statement. So, yeah, that was when they had a previous score of 3.85% for their interest rate. They dropped it to 3.6. So, yeah, they dropped it to 25 basis points. So that happened at this time. So when that happened, it just kind of created a lot of interest. We had some volume come in, price spiked like crazy for the British pound. So it fell for the Aussie, but it raised up for the British pound. So yeah, price returns to that area. I'd be interested. So this is where that economic calendar can help you out, right? If you're ever looking at a zone or a price point, or even if it's a support or resistance line, okay, what created that? Was it a report that created that? Was it Trump sending a tweet, right? Or a Truth Social post, or what was it? It's just nice to know what happened, because that oftentimes creates a lot of interest. And then when price blows away from those zones or support resistance lines, quite often when you get retracements, it'll turn around and bounce like a basketball. So, but yeah, good stuff on that. So got that alert set there. I think that's the main ones. S&P, NASI. Oh yeah, I still have the Nikkei, so that'll be the one I finish up on, guys. Nikkei. The Nikkei in Japan, score of a 5. Let me see. 4-hour. So let me see here. Go back to my daily. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this on a smaller time frame because I'm way high up on the curve when it comes to the weekly and the daily. But just looking at the 4-hour, I mean, I could take a fib from this bottom here. So this is a supply zone. I mean, a demand zone on a 4-hour time frame. So that would be my low point. To the swing high, back to the swing low. Find me an area in here. Go down to the 1-hour, confirm it's an uptrend. It's an uptrend. Go down to the 15, which is my demand zone. Got a zone at the very bottom. Now, it's not the sexiest because got a lot of candles to the left of it. But when I get down to these smaller time frames, I'll often just look at it in the context of like the 1 hour. So you look at it on a 1 hour, it's less candles. Actually, it's a perfect 4-hour demand zone. So I would just look at it as a 4-hour zone, right? But yeah, that's all the way at the bottom of the curve, of the 4-hour curve. So that's probably my last alert that I'll go over. 42,362 number for the Nikkei. It's really been helping out Japanese stocks, the economics of late. So it's been on my bullish chart or bullish setups for quite a while now. So anyway, that's all I got, gents. Looks like
nice.
We're ready for an account.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Coach Tiger. And the time has arrived, guys. It's that time again. Prize giving time. We've been giving them away, like I said, like hotcakes every single day. There will be more accounts being given away for the remainder of this week and during the sessions to follow. So our back end has selected a winner for today, a winner of a 10K challenge account. And that goes to, drumroll, Webb Rashford. Congratulations, Senor.
Hey,
Airbrush for you
Web.
today's lucky winner of a 10K Forex Challenge account. Our support team will be
Nice.
reaching out to you via email with that account details. If you've got any issues or any questions of how to set things up, whatever the case might be, you can just reach them via our support channels online on our website, or if you haven't done so already, join our Discord channel, and you can ask any question you want, not just support questions on there. It's a great community to be part of. So, and we always try our best to respond as quick as possible. So keep an eye out on your inbox with that account details. And again, congratulations from our side.
Congrats.
Yes, congratulations. Great job.
As easy as that, guys. Just follow those steps.
Easy peasy. So just real quick, I'm done with my charts, but I just want to reply to Bernard for prioritization. Which analysis between fundamentals and technicals is better? So just so you know, so I look at fundamental analysis, which is all those reports I just posted. And then I look at analysis, which is what are the banks doing, what regular Joe Schmo retail traders doing, because I use that as a contrarian signal. So those two items by itself is sentiment analysis. And then obviously we got the technical analysis, which there's 1,001 different ways to trade technically, right? So I personally start off with the fundamental analysis. I want to know where those recent reports have been. Have they been soft? Have they been warm? And then I flip on over to the sentiment analysis. What are the big banks doing? Did they buy? Did they sell this asset I'm looking at? After the fundamentals give me a good bias. And then the last thing I do is go to the chart, because all I'm using the chart to do is time it. So I may be different than probably most traders on here. I put probably 80% of my focus on the fundamentals and the sentiment, and only about 20% to the technicals. Because if I have a good fundamental reason to go buy or sell something, well, that's all the banks are doing. That's all the institutions are doing. They're not looking, I always say this, they're not necessarily always looking at a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute chart. Okay. When you watch them on CNBC or any of the money shows, doesn't matter, Fox, CNN, I mean, any of the stations, right? They're always talking about these reports. They're always talking about the fundamentals, right? I would challenge anybody to look and see if they're talking head and shoulders, or they're talking pennants or flag patterns, things like that. The best they'll do is like what? Sometimes they'll mention a 100-period moving average or a 200-period moving average, but for the most part, 95% of what they're talking about is the fundamentals. So that's why I personally put so much emphasis on that, and then a lot less on the technicals. Because about any technical strategy you can make work with a good fundamental reason and sentiment reason. So I hope that helps. Just wanted to kind of emphasize that for you.
Cool.
Agreed.
Thanks, Coach Tiger.
Agreed.
Awesome. Guys, we're going to do that Laugh Out Loud session at 6:45 a.m. Central. What's the time now? So was it 35 minutes from now? Plus minus? Yeah?
Yeah,
so maybe that gives you some time to go through some of your charts, Michael, if you don't mind.
Oh, it's that time, huh?
It is. It's all you, bro.
Yeah. Look at us, excited.
We had a very
it's that
interesting day today.
Grab your chalk and your blackboard.
Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have approached a time where I go through all the pairs, right?
Professor Michael is in the building.
No, so I just want to preface it with, I totally agree with what Tiger says, right? Like, the fundamentals is extreme. It's a big thing. It's a big part of it. And it's something you want to pay attention to say the very least, right? Obviously, everyone trades a bit different. I think, Tiger, you mentioned you're like 80% fundamental and 20% technical. I like to think that I'm the exact opposite. I'm like 80% technical and 20% fundamental. But it always leads with the fundamentals for sure, right? Like I'm not going to enter any trade in front of big news. I just don't like to do that. I've been burned more times than I like to admit, right? So
Yeah, we all have.
that's first and foremost. Yeah, that's first and foremost. After that, I'll get into the part we're going to get into now, which is the charts. This is one of my, what I would like to say, most informative topics is reading these charts, right? I've been doing this for so long that it's crazy. And this is what I have come to realize as far as how things actually work out, right? So, yeah, this is my life's works, literally, in a way, reading these charts. If for some reason I could not do this anymore, I don't even know what I would do. Like, that's how strange it is.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting to the point where I need to delete all of this. So I'm hoping that you guys got this. And I'm actually going to do something here really quick.
Everyone that's not familiar with this, maybe take a screenshot quick before
I'm going to take a screenshot. Yeah, I'm going to delete this.
Say no to V.
Way
no
too
no to
much.
V.
We're getting to that. Right.
I'll be back in 2 minutes, gents.
Right. Yeah, take your time. All right, cool. So I just updated that on my side, so I got a good screenshot of that. But cool, I'm going to erase this in 3, 2, 1. 53 drawings gone, just like that. Right. So
adios.
See, adios. All right, so just getting into it all, guys. It's, once again, you guys are probably seen countless times. For me, it's all about that market maker structure, right? Which looks something like this. All right, you guys will see me draw this countless times, maybe 3-4 times a day. I draw this at least. And once again, for me, this is the entire business, right? Now, whether you're trading break and retest, whether you're trading resistance, kind of doesn't really matter because this would encompass a lot of it. I'm not going to say all of it, but a lot of it.
Okay.
A lot of traders are looking at this exact thing. So my whole process is to be able to know where I am in the cycle, right? So you guys will notice that I'm saying and doing the same thing every week. This is my process to the T, right? I'm only paying attention to these levels, right? Which is here, level 1 is where the 13 and the 50 EMA will cross, right? I know I'm going to put slash L2. I know I'm in level 2 at this point here, right? I just seen some news pop up on this Zelensky. It's crazy. I won't get into it. I'll get to Tiger. All right, 50/200 cross. Yeah, I'm sure he just seen that too when he comes back. Oh, she might have saw that, Tiger. So, I'm sorry. This is actually level 1. My bad. Did not mean to click 2. This should be level 1. All right, and then this 5200 cross area. This is level 2. All right, so I'm only paying attention to these 2 levels, guys. Like every tree guys will ever say is one of these, right?
Ever.
Nice and simple. Yeah, I've lost so much money on other levels that I'm not interested in. This works for me perfectly great. Right, only these 2 levels.
If it
right?
works,
Look at
don't
E.
change it. It's not broken.
There's
Don't
no
fix
need.
it.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. Once again, if you can kind of look at this exact price structure from yesterday, just an example, 5,200 cross level 2, looking for that W, half a bad head and shoulders pattern off this level. That's exactly what happened yesterday. And it's still happening right now. I mean, so I wouldn't hold this trade to the next day, right? But if I were a swing trader, you'd be up. You'd be up decently. But same thing every week, like clockwork, right? So I'm only paying attention to this, guys. When I see these peak high levels, not interested in it at all, right? But just to get into it here, right? So you guys will notice I'm gonna just keep saying the same thing over and over, but I'm pointing out where we are in the structure, right? Because that's most important, right? Me, when I come to the charts, I'm always asking, as I just said, where am I in the cycle? Right? 2 will be
Can
some
I
type
just
of pattern.
quickly also just step out, guys? 1 minute.
Yeah, of course. So higher time frame, content, right? And then lastly, a signal. Right. This is what I'm asking myself every time I come to these charts. Am I in peak high or peak low? That's the first question. If I'm in peak high or peak low, I'm not interested. I'm moving on to the next pair. If I am in level 1 or level 2, okay, great. Do I see some type of pattern off this 200 or off this 50 EMA depending on the level 2? Great. If I do, my next question would be, do I see some type of higher time frame confirmation, which for me is on the, we just put this out here. For me, that's on the 4-hour chart. All right. If I'm on a 4-hour chart looking for a trade, then it's the daily. So I'll just put 4-hour/daily. That's what I'll put here. /
Michael, when you're asking where am I in the cycle, you're level 1, you're level 2, that's essentially, the way I see it, that's essentially the same or very similar to me asking where am I on the curve. Would you agree with that?
Same exact thing. This is why I say, Tiger,
right?
we actually similarly, weirdly enough.
Yeah. So we just refer to it as different verbiage. That's about it. But same concept.
Because if you think about it, right, I like to look at this as, and I like to use analogies because I feel like it kind of brings it home. But if someone was to say, party, let's say your best friend or your whoever, and they was like, oh, we're having a party here. The very first thing you would ask them is, what? Well, maybe not a second, but you're going to ask them, what's the address? Once you find out the address, right, where you're going, you're going to want to know exactly where right now. You can't figure out where you're going without knowing where you are right now. I can give you my address, and if you don't know where you are, you can't get to me, right? That's just how it is. So
there's a equally important question. Has Michael harvested his agave plants, right?
Guys, I have enough agave for everyone. You were right.
Is there plenty of tequila?
Right? Yes, there's plenty enough to go around.
I mean, I'd be asking that before I ask. I'd be asking that before I ask for your address.
How much tequila do you have? Like, dude, I got a swimming pool amount for you here, right?
Oh dear. You're gonna scare me away before I come and visit.
Right.
Seriously, this is Mexico. It's a plethora of it all, right? Yeah. So always remember that.
Tequila and wine,
right? Right, but yeah, definitely that first question you want to ask, guys. Where am I? Like, if I'm in peak high, not interested. Peak low, not interested. Level 1, level 2, okay, great. Let's move on to the next one. I'm in level 1, I want to see some type of pattern off the 50. If I'm in level 2, I want to see some type of pattern off the 200. All of that is great. Once I get beyond that area, I want to know, hey, do I have the 4-hour confirmation? Do I have the daily confirmation? If great, let's move on to the next question, which is the entry signal, which is typically that close above or below the 13 EMA. Right? So this is everything for me. I mean, I do this pretty quickly because I know exactly what I'm looking for and what I'm asking myself. But yeah, this is it. Right? So I'll delete this really quick. Guess I'll give it a quick second to take a screenshot if need be. All right, I'll go ahead and delete this now. Boom. All right, so when I'm coming right into this automatically, the very first thing I see here, to me, is very evident. I can easily see that I have a 5200 cross right here. This lets me know that I'm in level 2.
Yeah.
All right, L2. And I'm looking for some type of pattern off the 200 EMA based off the information I just provided. Price is really high. Mind you, on these first 3, NAS 100, US 30, S&P, we're approaching all-time highs, guys. Gold. So you want to be slightly careful with these things, but at the same time, you want to know, again, where you are in the cycle. I can easily tell that I'm looking for some type of move off this 200 EMA. All right, going to the upside here. Easy. You can easily see this. Let price drop down. I'm not interested in any bounces. Like, for me, once the 5200 crossed, yes, we had a great move here yesterday, guys. I saw this move. All right, 5200 cross. Oh, what about the bounce off the 50? I wouldn't take that because once the 5200 cross, I want to see this move off the 200, not the 50. The 50 move only is in level 1, not to me, not in level 2. So I would just, I won't say miss this trade, but I wouldn't take this trade. Right? This would have been nice.
Gotcha.
If you're trading something like this, supporting resistance, this is a nice trade, guys. Just to be totally honest. You could have put your stops right below the swing, targeted some type of highs. All right. See, there's no way to look to the left and see any type of highs, actually. So it would have been a little bit tough. All right. But I know you at least went for a 1-for-1, maybe, and you hit it. You would have hit this setup had you just taken a bounce off the 50. This would have worked for you yesterday. But me, that's not my setup. I don't take bounces off the 50 after the 5200 is crossed. I want to see the move off the 200.
Yeah.
This would be the bigger move. Oh, look at that.
Alert!
Gold's coming down.
That second level. So let's jump over to it. We'll take a quick pause over there. All right.
It's giving you that pullback, right?
Yep, this is giving me that second entry. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did last time. I think it was at 33.40. Yep, so 33.40. I will go ahead and add this second position here. All right. I will do it just to see, what does this go? Oh, here it is here. I don't know why this moves like this. This is so weird. All right, cool. 33.40. Once again. And we're doing the same thing. We're just risking that just a percent. So I'm fully into gold right now. Right, with stop loss right here, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the alerts on here. Right. I just want to know when this is coming back.
Ooh.
If this alert goes off, I know I might get stopped out. Right.
That one's midway, right, to your stop loss.
Yeah, this is halfway towards my stop loss. That's why I like to know once it's halfway there. right? On the flip side, you want to target this ADR high. So I will want to move my stop loss to break even here. And I'll just shorthanded SL to BE, right? Stop loss to break even. And my last one is my infamous, you guys already know, TP Smack.
TP Smack.
Right? TP Smack. Love it. I love that alert.
That's not infamous. That's famous.
Right.
Infamous is famous for the wrong reasons, but that's famous for the good reason, right?
There we go. You know what? I like that thought, that mindset. I like that. You're right. The famous.
Yeah, like Hitler was infamous, right?
Right.
The bubonic plague was infamous because it's famous for bad reasons. But that's famous for good reasons. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good point. I love it. I love it, Tiger. Thank you. Thank you.
The web saying that Coach Michael will definitely go and practice your strategy. Awesome, good stuff. Yeah, just keep watching. Soon it'll become second nature, I suppose, or I hope. But it is a great strategy, that's for sure, and it works.
I think Tiger said it's pretty simple to understand once you kind of. I know it's a lot of stuff on the charts here, but once you can actually see this, it's pretty basic at that point. It's just all about that market maker cycle, right? Identifying where you are in the cycle, and that's really it, right? But I know I don't got too much time, so I won't lollygag too much. But yeah, I am looking for some type of structure off this 200 EMA at this point, right? And I always target the ADR high for the most part, unless we have a blue tracer right next to it. But in this case, we don't. So this will be a nice setup, guys. And additionally, obviously, I always want to see that market baseline going below the static for that famous reload. Right? No, I don't know why I have that there. Let's try this. I got to copy and paste this because I typed this out way too much in this session. All right, cool. So yeah, that move will look something like this. I just want to see 5,200 cross like it's done and price come down to this area, make a bounce off this 50 EMA, and then target these highs. That's what I want to see. All right. That's NAS 100. Man, we at the very first one. I got a long way to go. All right, moving on to US 30. This is at this point. Why? Because we have this 5,200 cross to the upside. So I don't like that for shorts anymore. Which is good because it looks like they're trying to reset off this 800 EMA. Totally fine by that. My bias, if I was to just look at it right away, it would look like that anyway. I'd much rather buy this than short it. Right? So we got the 5,200 cross. We know we're in level 2. And I want to see some type of same thing, structure off this 200 EMA, something like this, going back up to the upside. The market baseline will go below this static line, back above for that reload. Oh, let's put that down here for that reload. And that move will look something like this to the upside. All right. Nice 3.5 for 1. Looking really good on indices. Next up, S&P 500. Same thing, guys. Crazy enough. Again, once the 5,200 cross, they gave you this bounce off the 50. I would not take this, although this worked. Great move. This is a risky move, just to be totally honest. You much would rather see the price bounce off the 200, not the 50 in this level. So more like this. I'm still looking for this move. All right. Price going below the static for this reload. And that move will look something like this.
Reload.
Once again, targeting highs. Gotta have the reload. right? This is where they typically do the manipulation zone, right? And I'll redraw this just to make it a bit cleaner, but yeah, definitely want to have that reload. Right. Next up is gold. We already talked about this several times. Same exact process that I'm drawing out, guys. We got the 5,200 cross. We know we are in level 2.
I just got in a small position for gold myself because it did hit a 5-minute demand. So,
well,
oh, nice.
You're saying that I want to do the same as well. Let's just all jump into gold. Hopefully, we're not all wrong.
Well,
just as you were saying that, I'm like sorting out my risk reward calculation. Yeah, there goes Michael. Tiger just couldn't help himself.
Well, no, yeah, just hit that zone. But if it goes down for a small loss, there's a 30-minute demand zone down at 33.55. So I'll be looking at that one next.
Yeah, I've got the same.
Anyway,
nice.
I just put a tiny $50 risk on. So
I won't be surprised if it does come back down. I won't be too surprised, but at the same time, this is what I would call the next resistance level, right? We got all of these wicks right here and this blue tracer. The area for it to bounce off of is literally right there. So I'm not surprised if it does come back.
What is that level?
That number is 3360, basically.
Yeah.
And look, if you look right here, this is what I'm saying is, if you look right around this level here, right, for it to be over here, break through this area and retest the same area right around here, and then run up. This is expected. This is why I had my second position on right here. This is expected.
33.60.
So,
yeah. Because that 30-minute demand is right below it, where I'm looking.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case this 5-minute one doesn't work.
Right.
That's a first. We all want to jump in the same
trade, right? It is. Nice.
I'll take it if it comes a bit lower. Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, nice. We are getting into silver. Same thing. Funny enough, as you guys can see, this kind of worked out, right? Like I already had this drawn up.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically what it did. 5,200 cross. You're looking for some type of W structure off this 200 EMA. I'll delete all of this really quick, but I mean, damn, I don't even know what else to say. This is everything. Actually, I don't even know why I didn't take this. This is Tuesday. Oh, that's why, because I'm asleep at 11 o'clock. That's why. I'm asleep right here. The move confirmed right there. I'm asleep at this time.
Yeah.
Right, but same thing, guys.
Yeah.
5,200 cross. We know we're in level 2. And we're looking for some type of W structure off the 200 EMA. What do we see? I mean, that's as close as it gets to a W.
Right? Yeah, sure is.
We got the reload down here. The market baseline went below the static. We got the reload right in here. That was it. That was the whole move. Actually, I was asleep. I hardly ever say this, but yeah, this was a perfect move. I was asleep. I didn't even see this. Right? You would have grabbed this move right here. Stops would have went below the swing, right? The most recent swing. Your TP would have been to this 80-yard high. You would have been hitting take profit maybe an hour ago, 2 hours ago. All right. Nice 1 to 0.3 basically, R to R. Perfect trade. Only thing we need to see is, let's scroll up to the higher time frame. Look at the H4. was priced above the 13. Look at this candle. Yes, it was. This is good. This is a great trade. So silver was a great trade to take. Dang, Tiger. When we said
that was what
when we started getting this session, we wasn't gonna miss any trades because we would be up. But look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, when you and I were doing this on a daily during the day, we kept having trades. I kept having supply and demand zones that worked perfectly at the European Open. Yeah, it was always 2 a.m. Central. So I had several of them. And then it's funny we get to this time frame and missing some of the New York action, but it is what it is. We're not vampires. Crazy. We got to sleep during one of the sessions, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, this thing literally set up right at night. This was a perfect trade. Perfect trade. This is why the W and the M was off the 200 is one of my setups, because this happens all the time, like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for me, silver is done. It's already happened. Crude, you guys already know. Never works out. Looking for some type of M structure off this 200 to the downside. All right. Market baseline is below the static. I want to see it come back above for this nice reload. And then I'll be interested in this. Before that,
Hell no.
Right. Hell to the no.
No.
Right.
That's right.
Bitcoin, same way. Looking for that 5200 cross to the upside. Price has not done it. All right. Why? There's no move to the 200. Let me delete this and redraw it. It's kind of ugly now. Come on. Right. So we're looking for some type of move off this 200. Something like that to the upside. Right. It's trying to make this move off the 50, which is not it. Wow, look at this. This is a 4-for-1. If this can make this move, risk 1,000 to make 4,000 right here. This is not. And if you target even higher, you might can even stretch some more out of it. You might can risk 1,000 to make 5,000 this trade.
Sweet.
Right? I'm gonna be watching this. Beautiful possible setup.
Right. Watch it good.
Sets up like this. Literally, if this sets up like this is going to be a great trade. I will gladly risk 1,000 to make 5K. Seriously, this would be awesome. Hell, even on a smaller account, risking $250 to make $1,250. That'd be awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome setup if this could occur. Yes.
Zag.
And
oh, you guys remember the Zagnut bar? The Zagnut candy bar? It's called a Zagnut. Yeah, red with yellow lettering.
I wouldn't know. We don't get the same candies than you guys do.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I do remember that.
Well, yeah, if you saw the old Beetlejuice movie from 1989, that's the candy bar that he stuck out of the grave when he was in the grave in the play set. It's the hey, you want a little bite? Oh, you got something to bite? Something to munch?
I remember that.
That's what it was like. I replied. No. Those things are honestly the tastiest candy bar I've ever eaten. So
they were good. I will admit they were good. They were good.
Coconut, peanut butter. Oh, gosh, they're so good. But yeah, that's what Zag US dollar reminded me of.
Right. Cool. Well, yeah, obviously, you guys know we're not trading a peso, but I will be looking at that if I was something like this, right? And then next up on the Euro USD, once again, crashed this trade yesterday. This trade literally made my entire month so far. It's a slim chance that I lose everything that I made off this trade right here for the month. It's just probably would not happen. I have to go nuts. I have to go zag
break a lot of rules
for this.
Break a lot of rules to mess that up.
Yeah, this will make everything. This will handle everything I need for the rest of the month and next month. This one trade.
There
Love
you go.
it. Now, we'll say there is one more thing that could happen, right? Because we have the level 2, right? Once it broke this level right here, so let's mark this up like that. If this can somehow come down and give us the next trade in the cycle, which will be that money trade, and give us some type of structure off the 50 at that point. Because remember, once the 5,200 cross, you're looking for the moves off the 200. But after that, you're looking for moves off the 50. If it can make something like this, I will take this again. I will take this again. Right?
Nice.
Remember, there's no reload. The reload has already happened, as we talked about earlier, on the W off the 200. The next thing that would need to happen would be, oh, whoops, that's kind of ugly. Let me redraw that. Would be for price to continue going up. RSI line and the signal line would come on down like this and then run up. That's what the chart, that's what TDI will look like. And then the chart will look like that. If I can get a move that looks like this, I'll take this again. I will take this again. All right. Okay. Another nice 2 for 1. So it's not over with just yet. I would still be interested in some type of price, like some type of structure like this. So that's EU. That will be the next move in the cycle. If this doesn't happen and just keeps going higher, it's a pass for me.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got EJ. EJ, of course, has not touched the 200 since it has crossed. Oops. The 5,200 has crossed. So I'm looking for moves that look something like this at this point. All right. W off the 200, level 2 once again. EN, I'm not touching EN anymore. We took this yesterday for the W off the 200, 5,200 cross. That move going long. Nah, this thing's over with. I don't know what's going on, but it's not. You get 2 swings at these
cooked.
setups.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Look at that price action to the left. It's cooked.
Straight sideways, huh?
This is very
4-hour daily. Just your retail chop zone. Potentially.
All right, Chop City.
Chop City.
All right. Guys, we're just finding out we're going to be ready in about 2 minutes for that laugh out loud time. I will let you know, Michael, when we get confirmation. So to all that doesn't know what that's about, it's a fun segment that we've introduced in these sessions. A little bit of a light-hearted fun, so please do stay tuned for that. It looks like it will be ready. It's going to be a thought experiment today. Michael?
Yeah, go right ahead.
For a little while longer. And let's start the laugh out loud time. All right, I'm laughing already. Cool.
Right. Let's get started. Give me 1 sec, guys.
No worries.
And have your cell phones ready, because oftentimes we have a code.
Yeah, you can interact,
answer some questions
with the session,
just in case they have.
So please to join in the fun.
Yeah. Conky dong.
Conky
That's
donkey.
right, Christian. That's
A
still,
lot of people
that
must
still
be going like,
takes.
what is Christian talking about? Gonky Dong.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to replay our stream from last week. That was so funny.
That was
So
for
funny.
sure.
Hell to the nana.
Gonky Donkey.
Just kind of chopping around on that gold.
Okay. Yeah, I
Gold
think it's going to
sideways
bounce higher.
chop.
It's at a lower median line. Might act as strong support. I think it might be going up from here. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. RSI is kind of reversing, which is good. A little bit of divergence on a 1 minute time frame anyway.
Web,
So
yeah, I thought so. People are going to ask, what's Gonky Donkey? It's one of these laugh out loud segments that we've done previously. There was a funny word in there. So without the context, it's going to be really difficult to try to explain this to you. But yeah, Christian was there that day and just brought it up.
Yeah, they were naming our channel, right? Naming our Forex Fire channel. Oh, if we had our own altcoin, what would it be called? And somebody said Conky Dong.
Yeah,
right.
That's a good name for a meme coin, I would say.
Excuse me, boy. I tell you what, trying to get my voice back, gents.
All good, all good.
All right. So we got everybody back.
Let's do this.
Check out this thought experiment.
Here we go.
Let's do a thought experiment.
Let's do a thought experiment.
Let's do it.
Because it's all about mindset. That's true. That is true. I see it.
Every now and again, you look at old photos of yourself. Doesn't time fly? You may also ask yourself, am I still the same person I was before? How can I stay myself if I'm always changing? There's a famous philosophical thought experiment that goes along with this question. The story begins in Greece. Allow me to introduce Theseus. Theseus is well known in Greek mythology and most recognized for his grand sea travels. He goes away for months, he defies heavy storms, and defeats all sorts of sea monsters. Of course, his turbulent sea voyages leave their mark, and Theseus often has to go back to the shipyard for repairs. To the shipmaster. He replaces what needs to be replaced, but the ship is the same ship, as seaworthy as it was in the beginning. But not for long. As the years go by, more sections of the ship have to be replaced. Pretty soon, every piece is replaced, right down to the very last plank. The ship now consists entirely of new materials. Is it still the same ship? Now, just imagine that the shipmaster has the bright idea of taking all the old parts from the ship and putting them back together again. Does that mean that the ship will exist twice? And which one is the real one? The new one? Or the old one that's been reconstructed? Are they both real? Or neither of them? People are just the same. Over time, our bodies change like the ship of Theseus. It takes no more than 7 years for our cells to renew themselves completely. Our values, opinions, and interests also change. As a child, you wanted to be an astronaut and fly around in space. And now, you work behind a desk. I might look at things a little differently than before, and I may also think differently. But the fact is, I am still the same person I was before. Despite all the changes, I am the original. So, what establishes our identity? Why do we stay who we are, even though we're constantly changing?
Guys, that's quite deep.
Every now and again.
Yep.
Agreed.
That's quite the question. Why do we stay
Agreed.
the same even though we are different?
Same, different.
You look at old photos
Like, is that the same ship?
of yourself.
That's a good question. It's like having a car. You got all
What
the
is
car
obvious?
parts replaced.
Web
Is it the same
burner?
car? Yeah, it's the same car, but all the pieces are new. So does that make the car new? Kinda, not really. I don't know. Más o menos.
Yeah. I mean that didn't used to be a ship even before it was a ship the first time. It was a tree. Right? Was the tree real? It used to not be a tree. It used to be a seed from another tree. Well, was that tree real? I don't know. That's pretty deep.
To dig deeper.
But,
pretty deep. What's your point of view on it? Let's see. What's your point of view?
The point
on
is
this?
point of view on this. Yeah, I mean, the point is it renews. I mean, we had to renew our minds when it comes to trading, right? I mean, we've been taught growing up, money is the root of all what? Evil.
Evil.
Right?
Evil, yeah.
Well, you got to
grow
overcome
up.
that.
And then you grow up.
You got to throw that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the love of money is the root of all evil. You grow up and you realize
that's better put. Yeah. Money can be used as a tool to achieve things, right? So
money in the wrong hands is the root of all evil, right? I hate it. I can't stand it when I hear people say that. Money's the root of all evil. Well, yeah, when you think about the bad things people do with it, you know, drugs or
it's like Lex
whatever.
Luger. You guys know about Lex Luger?
From Superman?
Michael, he's not real.
I know.
Really?
But I know he is, yeah. Fictionally.
Food for thought. The ship of Thesis asks if something remains the same when all parts are replaced. And technical analysis charts constantly update, old data replaced by new. So, do classic patterns like head and shoulders retain their identity and predictive power? Or do they become new patterns needed fresh interpretation with each shift? Definitely the latter, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just think these patterns repeat themselves over and over again because there's not really anything new, to be honest. Behavior doesn't really change, and that's why a pattern obviously exists, right? They'll come in different shapes and
It might
forms.
look a little bit different, but it's still
they
the
won't
same
always be picture perfect either. You sometimes got to really squint to see them, like I do.
Yeah.
But if you're
that's
not
why I
willing
say
to
variations
think
to
the
the
patterns are
right?
always
Like,
going to look
it's the
100%, then you.
Yeah. Dilemma.
Yeah.
Traders think of your strategy as your personal ship of thesis. Over time, you've replaced outdated rules, fine-tuned indicators, and adapted to changing market conditions. As each part evolves, do you believe your strategy still holds the original identity? Or has it become something entirely new? A, my strategy retains its core identity, or B, my strategy is constantly reborn. B, 100%. In my opinion, it's B, 100%. When I tag when I
It's
tag
constantly evolving, right?
for sure, it's a refinement of your trading plan. It's not the same thing. The way I trade now, and Tiger, you saw this, I think, on one of our Sunday sessions where I had my checklist, right? And I had to change a few things. I'm like, oh, this doesn't count anymore. Like, oh, I don't think that anymore. It's the same thing that we're talking about right now. Right? Like it's constantly reborn. And to be honest, seeing that trading is a destination and not it's a journey, not a destination. you're always going to be refining your trading plan, right? So that makes it
And you have to.
something that's new and something that's reborn. It's not the same thing that you did 2 years ago.
Yeah,
markets evolve,
yeah,
strategies need to evolve, thinking needs to evolve.
I think,
mean, like I said, I don't know, when I talked about working with those guys, they were good mentors of mine when I worked on that prop trading floor. They found it really, really hard after a while to trade, because it's just things have changed. You know, they made their money back in the days like old money, one could say, but you know, failed to move with the times. You know, the tech that came out, you know, while they were trying to trade, it just became more and more difficult for them to adapt. And that's one thing, you have to adapt and stay adapted. Never think you know everything as well, right? Because the market's gonna really screw you over if you think that's the case. So be open-minded, be willing to change, accept change. I would say it's very important.
yeah, I'll give you kind of a little different of an answer, because I kind of thought of more so just for me personally, just because, you know, when it comes to my core strategy, supply and demand, trade in line with the trend, find out where I'm at on the curve, low on the curve, high on the curve. That's something I learned day one. So that for me has been the core identity for A. Now, what's been reborn, just going into A, has been, hey, I've added in VWAP. I've added in, the VSA candles for the, you know, in place of volume, since we don't have it in the currency world. So it's really kind of a combination of both. Yeah, web rational. I think you're right. For me personally, it's been a little bit of both, but because I've always had that core identity, that never changed. The only thing that's changed is adding in some of these other things to filter out some of the bad zones that I used to take.
Some of the working parts changed, right?
Right. So yeah, kind of a combination of both for me personally.
I mean, it's like the volume indicator you're using. Maybe you discover one that works better for you, but you're still using volume. Right?
Yeah,
so
and I'll still
part
look. I mean, you know, I've went through a ton of indicators and oscillators, but if I find something better at some point, then yeah, I won't be afraid to switch to it. But you know, I had to get creative just to use VSA. So yeah, in that aspect, it potentially can be, you know, option B, reborn a little bit on some of those filters, I would say. So yeah, A and B for me personally. Now, if you're a strategy, then it's B, right? But
I agree.
I just
good.
This is actually one of those things where it seems like like you have to. I don't know. Like, I think they're both right in my opinion, but are they 50-50? No. I think B is 75 and A is 25. Because let's just go with, and this is a great question, right? Because this makes you think. And I just want to go with like two, you know, like kind of like let's get into Robert Greene, you know, let's say 48 Laws of Power or Strategies of War, when it talks about you got to constantly reinvent yourself, right? Because if you don't, you know what's going to happen? Technology, time moves so fast that you're going to get replaced. You're going to get what we would call blockbustered, right? Blockbuster is no longer a thing. It's replaced by Netflix, right?
True.
Toys R Us. Toys R Us. Toys R Us is no longer.
And everyone thought it would last forever, but it didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
So is it the same core identity process? Yeah. But it's still updated at the same time. Like, no one goes to Blockbuster. It's Netflix and chill. It's not Blockbuster.
Right. Yeah, we don't Blockbuster.
Guys, just quickly, welcome to Cody Coda, fellow South African, just joining us. Awesome.
There you go.
My Shadow team says my strategy retains its core identity. Yeah, as we've been discussing, I suppose there will be some fragments left of it eventually if you don't, change or adapt a little bit. But yeah. Christian
is still
searching for the right answer. Any
Like
answer is
when I look
correct.
at the
The world you
200
live in is
cross or the
100%
1350 cross, it's still the same thing. Like that's the core strategy. It's just updated nuances to it in that sense. I'm still looking at the same stuff that I've been looking at before. Like I'm still trading what I would call the market structure. It's just a bit updated.
Yep. Good stuff.
100%.
Good stuff.
100%. And your mate Machado is saying hi, Michael.
Hey,
Oh,
what's up? What's up, guys? What's up? What's
Good
up?
stuff.
No, I
Cool
like that.
stuff.
That was
Yeah,
really
some good thoughts.
good.
Thought experiment there. Food for thought.
Definitely got us thinking.
Yeah, thanks
For
for
sure.
everyone participating there. That's really cool. Really try to do some more of these. They're quite fun.
Oh, this is Mercado. This is Nerio Mercado, one of our expert gold traders, guys. Yeah, expert gold traders. I'm doing awesome. But yeah,
stuff.
expert. This guy is amazing. We had several interviews, and he's smashing gold in EU. I'm wondering if you caught the EU trade yesterday. I know you trade EU, Nerio. See if you caught that, but yeah, great thought experiment. That was really deep. It was almost
good stuff.
Religion worthy. Pick a side.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get back to you, Michael, and see what other charts you wanted to roll through since we got to the end of that.
No, it's not a Melvin. It's Mercado, Nerio Mercado. If you didn't know, check out our interviews. He's one of the Spanish interviews we did. He's doing a great job. Got like over 30K in payout.
Gold trader.
Yeah, trading gold, Euro USD. He's doing a great job. You guys make sure you're tuned into his interviews and learn something for sure. But cool. I know only got
cool.
Man, I'm gonna have to put gas on this. This happens almost every day. I don't even know how.
Well, we had a little bit of a hiccup this morning, so that's why today.
That's true as well, right? So there's no rush, but just chill.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a
Chill-
second
chill
to get
out.
through all of this. So if we don't get through it all,
Get through
we'll
what you
definitely
can.
cover it tomorrow.
Get through what you can.
Yeah, no big deal.
If we can't get over, to my charts. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
All right, so we just left EN Chop City there. This is a pass altogether. Right. ECAD, same thing. All right, we're looking for that nice level 2 bounce off this 200. And targeting this ADR high. Right, nice. Whoa, 3.5. I love it. Love it. Right. I always notice, guys, this is how I went over. I just want to point this out really quick. But once the 5,200 crosses, the next move is the W half a bat head and shoulders pattern off the 200. This is one of my main setups. Right. So when we get to something like not EN, but EC, right? This is what we're looking for. 5,200 cross, price touch is 200 EMA yet. We're looking for that structure off the 200. Nice and simple. Right? What did she say? Okay, not the one I thought about. Oh, no. I see Metachado's laughing. He said, I
Somebody
am.
else, yeah.
He's the man. He's the man. Seriously, he's awesome. Cool. So next one obviously is EG. We still have not had this structure off the 200 yet. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for this to happen on EG. Right? Nice move off level 2, shorts. EA is looking really funny. I'm actually going to pass on this now. I had this alert set here. It says head and shoulders. Actually, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone for now. Still is kind of fine, actually. And what I'm really liking, to be totally honest, is like the R to R on this trade. I love how this is the ADR is all the way up here. This is a nice nearly for one trade. Right, so this here. There's no reload on this trade, guys. I point that out because we're not looking for the pattern off the 200. We're looking for the next pattern, right? So hypothetically speaking, right, we got this move that looks something like this. This is supposed to bounce off this area and run back up. There's no reload with this trade. So everything is already pretty much there. Right, so that's EA, GU. Yeah, kind of the same thing. This is really far away. Let me redraw it. Right.
Michael, just want to address a quick question from Bernard.
Yeah, of course.
He's asking, does Hola Prime trade futures? We definitely do. This is the Forex Fire session that we do during the mornings. We tackle the Forex and CFDs. But do stay tuned, Bernard, if you're interested in futures trading. We do offer futures. It's actually a new edition. What's it, about a month or so since we offered that at Hola Prime? We also have a really good gang of coaches that do trade the futures session. So when we end our session, 15 minutes after that will be the pre-market pulse. That's brought to you by coaches James and Paul. And then they take you into the New York Open, right? So that's in an hour after that. So that's what, 9:30 Central or Eastern Standard Time when the New York futures start, right? So then we got our futures team that will be doing the same as we're doing, but trading only futures. I know they like trading the NASDAQ, the ES, or anything really that pops up, but I think those seem to be the two main ones. But yeah, Hola Prime, as the company themselves, a prop trading firm, we do provide futures and you can trade. You can go have a look on our website, holaprime.com, as well, Bernard, if you are interested in finding out a bit more. Or just watch the coaches trade the New York session, right?
Yeah, they're about 9:45 or 10 o'clock New York time. 9:45, 10 o'clock a.m.
They start the open, right? At 9:30.
Because I know Paul and James, they end. I think they end at 8:30, don't they? So I don't know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
then it's Sam, Coach Darryl, Troy.
Yeah,
and
they kind of have a little bit of a
right? They generally take things over there from them. Yeah. Fantastic traders. So please make sure to go and watch that.
Really good. Yeah, you'll get all the futures.
There goes gold.
They're really good.
Lower.
Yeah, it went down, didn't it?
Yeah, let's see.
Go down and bounce off that 30-minute demand.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I won't.
Anyway, sorry, Michael. We keep on interrupting you, but
I don't know. It's fine. I already know I'm not going to get through all of this. I got 5 minutes. It's not going to happen. There's no way.
Yeah, I know. Right? We'll go through this tomorrow again.
Yeah, there's no way.
You can definitely.
Yeah, I won't be worthy of gold until I get a close below this 13 EMA on this 4-hour chart. If this price closed below this, I will close the trade. As long as it's in this area, still hovering above this red 13 EMA, it's fine. Again, I have this green line right here, expecting it to bounce off this area, not too far away from it. So if this pulls back in the next 2 hours, I wouldn't be surprised. especially if it closes low, right? But still in this area, and then the next candle, the next candle closes, let's say somewhere like this, right? This will be a second position actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So I won't be surprised at all if this happened. We'll definitely be able to see what goes on with it tomorrow for sure. Just make sure you guys remember I said this. That's it.
You know, it's that's what I said earlier as well. That price, when it gets into that zone, just be careful. You know, I thought at some stage it was going to break through it, but it actually held within there. Now we're seeing a sell-off. So that's just the main thing for me today. Is like normally you have a good gut feel, but today I just don't. It's for me, it's like a bit of a gamble. Is it up or is it down?
Right.
I guess price needs to, make a very strong move in either direction to maybe set the tone for the remainder of the week. Thus far, this has just been a little bounce, guys. It's not been insanely strong. But that being said, that whole sideways move that we've had there by your my only if at the bottom there, it does look prior to that little spike to the downside like your classic accumulation, manipulation below the sell side liquidity, and then distribution to the upside, which could definitely be. Too early to tell for me.
For sure.
But you're in it, Michael.
Like I said, worst case scenario, I will close this trade. And if it sets back up to the long side, I would just re-enter. That's like my entire thought process behind it. This to me is still very much long. Very much. Like again, the RSI, the market baseline is pointing up. Everything about this is pretty long. You just don't want to close this trade too early or take a big loss on it just because you're jumping the gun, basically. Just kind of relax. And in fact, I'll set another alert here.
Bernard's out already on gold. $1,000 banked. Well done. That's good to hear.
There we go. There you go.
And Rashville saying that Prime Troy is his favorite. Yeah, and a very nice guy.
Troy's awesome. We pick on him and call him the Perma Bear, but he's pretty good.
Nice.
Everybody Perma Bear. Just wants to short everything. Closet bear.
He says, I'm dying. He always says, I'm dying to short this. That's pretty good. Pretty comical. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, even with that mindset, he's doing really well. So shows you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Could play both sides of the market, no problem. Yeah.
That's what it's about. Well,
how are we doing on time? 1 minute to go. I think we might as well end it there, Michael, unless you have something else to add.
No, that's it.
I
didn't get to it today. I knew I'd get caught.
Carry on tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, to all of you, thanks, guys. This is why we do it, right? Thanks for joining.
Don't let it get too short.
Again, also, be careful. And congrats to Webb Rashville for our winner, being our winner today, right? Hopefully you receive those account details. If not, you probably receive them very, very soon. Again, guys, do stay tuned for the next round of coaches. We'll have pre-market polls coming up in about 15 minutes' time, taking you into the futures lift-off session with our futures coaches trading the markets live. Again, thank you so much for joining, coaches Michael and Tiger from our side. Nice seeing you guys again. We'll check you soon, very soon. Have a good rest of your day and trade safe. Cheers, guys.
All right. Absolutely. Cheers.
Take it easy.
Enjoy.
Adios, amigos.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.